Welcome back to the Bourbon and BS podcast, everyone. This is episode 347. This is the Thanksgiving episode. Nate is unavailable tonight, so we are rolling with two familiar faces here. Spencer Lappin. Is it Lappin?
Familiar.
Spencer Lappin is to my left, and then to his left is Shawn Wilkinson. So welcome back, gentlemen. We've got something special, not only to sip on, but also smoke, something new to smoke here. I want to thank our sponsors, Tinder Box at Easton, Columbus, Ohio. They're going to be carrying this featured cigar as well as the second cigar. The featured cigar tonight is the My Father Blue. We have it in the Toro size. And the second cigar tonight, thanks to Altadis USA, we're going to have the H. Upman Heritage by AJ Fernandez. So that's going to be a bit fuller, but we'll talk about the My Father Blue in more detail here in the first part. And also want to thank Cigar Company for the gold and silver. The gold is made by Placencia, and the silver is made by Espinosa, and those are available as well through Tinder Box at Easton in Columbus, Ohio. I want to thank you guys also, the Patreon members here, patreon.com/Bourbon and BS podcast. We appreciate your continued support very, very much. Helps us keep this thing going. StreamYard that we're streaming on right now has been getting better and better. And with that, they seem to want to add a little bit more and more cost. So this does help us keep going. And we appreciate the great service that StreamYard does as well. But if you want to do one-time Venmo at Bourbon and BS is the way to do that as well. And then underneath, I've got, and you've got, all right, you got nothing underneath. You have something underneath. But you've got the BS hoodie there. I've got the blue one. You have the black. That's available on buyjack.com/Bourbon and BS if you guys want any of those hoodies. T-shirts are on there, 3/4 sleeves, but definitely some options there for you guys. Some cool swag if you guys want to grab some. They ship it directly to you after they make it for you. Gentlemen, how are you? It's Thanksgiving almost.
Yes, it is almost.
You guys doing all right?
Doing well.
No, wonderful.
How about yourself?
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like we try to do this podcast right before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Every year, at least we've done it for the past several years.
Correct.
So it's nice that we keep the tradition going.
Yeah,
I agree.
glad to be
And
part of it.
And I won't be hungover for
on Thanksgiving
on
Day.
Thanksgiving.
That'll be nice.
At least not from this.
Nice. Yeah. Can't blame me. Sorry, Jennifer. That's on his own. Shawn, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
My buddy lives in Clintonville. His whole family shows up, and I've known he's probably one of my best friends. Well, he is one of my best friends. I mean, I've known him since first grade, so we always still get together and do some things. But we always do Thanksgiving at their house.
All right.
A lot of fun, and we play a lot of those funny games and shit. And like a lot of times, you just don't really get to do that. And when you actually have an opportunity to do something like that, it's always like, wow, that was really fun. You know, it was like brings out the humor in everybody. So
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, board games or just
Yeah, what
like
type
card
of games are you
games?
talking about?
There's like telestrations. There's other random board games, like not like Sorry or
Something wrong with
Tiddlywinks.
Sorry.
Have you heard of Telestra?
but
Tell
it's like Cards Against Humanity and
I got
that
you.
kind of shit.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
Gets
you.
to figure out who's racist, who's anti-Semitic.
Perfect
Right
thing
up
for
the
the
top.
holidays.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
love
And we get in a big fight. And
The
it's
next card says, "Who did you vote for?" Now everyone go.
skip those.
We're gonna skip that card.
Throw that away.
Tonight we have the My Father Blue. I'm going to talk about that. You did a little bit of research about the bottle as well, correct, Shawn?
Yes.
Okay. Nate is normally our go-to for the bottle, the My Father Blue, My Father cigars. You guys familiar with those? That brand?
I'll take a recap if you got one.
My Father is a company from the Garcia family. Don Pepin Garcia, as he's known, is the patriarch of the family. Jaime Garcia is the son. There's also daughter Yanni involved. But really, My Father was kind of the story is that it was named, I think, by Jaime for his father. The father's the master. He was a roller, then master blender and stuff like that for other companies. And then they started this company.
Which country?
Nicaragua, mainly. That's actually a good question because it's really relevant tonight for this cigar. So they're known for their Nicaraguan tobacco, known for their production in Nicaragua. They make their own cigars. Says either the Don Pepin you'll see on it. You'll see the MF as is on this one. The My Father, you also see things like La Dueña. You'll see the Jaime Garcia, El Centurion, Flor de las Antillas, La Antigüedad. So those are all the actual My Father cigars. They also produce cigars for other companies. Ashton, for example, all the Ashton line is made by Fuente, but all of the other ones they own, San Cristobal and La Roma de Cuba, those are going to be made by My Father for the people at Ashton. So major operation. They've had a lot of success, a lot of high ratings across their portfolio. This one is going to be a little bit different, though. So this one is going to be a Connecticut broadleaf. They call it a Rosado. So this is a lighter shade Connecticut broadleaf, which I have not.
Nicaraguan, I was surprised by when I first saw it.
And as we go through the blend, this is going to be that Connecticut broadleaf Rosado, and then it's going to be Honduran binder and filler.
So they importing the broadleaf to.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And the big news on this one, and what's interesting for those of you that don't know about the My Father Cigar Company being in Nicaragua and how big this is, they opened, I believe it's a 78,000 square foot facility in Honduras.
Oh, wow.
About a year or so ago. This is according to them, this is some of their own tobacco, the Honduran tobacco, and they are producing this for the first time. First product that I know of coming out of their new Honduran factory. So the Honduran factory is a big deal for them.
It's a Nicaraguan family with the Connecticut broadleaf getting their tobacco from Honduras.
Growing, I think this one's growing in Honduras and being made in their Honduran factory. That's what I'm saying. They're based out of Nicaragua. That's where everything is kind of, they're known for. All their operations are in Nicaragua. Now this is expanded to Honduras. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this effort. 78,000 square feet is not small.
Nope. No, it's a monster.
Yeah, it's an absolute monster. So this is just simply called blue. The Roman numerals underneath means 2025. But they just called it blue. Everything else coming out of there, they've got different color bands and ribbons on the feet of the cigars. But like the La Opulencia, that's green. The Le Bijou is kind of an orangey color. The Don Pepin original has a different blue, but this is simply just called My Father Blue. And it's a very, as silly as it may sound, a very pleasant, almost like sky or baby blue.
Yep.
Delicate.
I'm going to start going, you're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
What do you guys think of the packaging on this? You didn't see the box. The box is this color blue. It's just all that color. So it definitely stands out.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the branding on this? So you guys are familiar a little bit with My Father cigars? Yep. Okay.
Yep. I really enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy it. I think there's something about sky blue. It's like one of my favorite colors. And I think it's just kind of, you don't even realize it, but it kind of puts me in a relaxed mood.
It's calming.
Yeah, very much so.
Calming.
And then, you know, it kind of reminds, there's a lot of like really cool, like attention to detail with a lot of the like all this stuff, like the painting and the random things that are on the, it's hard to see what
coins are classic on this one.
Yeah. It reminds me, now we're so close to the holidays, like something you'd see on a Christmas ornament on the sides, like an old school Christmas ornament, you know? So it's I don't know. I just feel like it's almost like kind of stepping back in time a little bit with all that shit.
It's really calming your ass down, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's been a fucking horrible day. So yeah, it's been great.
You ever been to Vegas?
Yes, I have.
Been to Vegas?
Yeah, is it Paris?
I'm thinking the roof of the Venetian, you know, with the
yeah. I like that.
The blue of the sky, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
But maybe it's the blue that's throwing me off a little bit, but I do think it's delicate. It's smooth. It's a wonderful tasting cigar. But I have not seen a baby blue wrapper that I'm aware of off the top of my head.
No, it's very uncommon, and I think that was intentional, and it was also intentional them calling it blue. This was one of, in my opinion, this was one of the most anticipated releases in a while for your everyday cigar smoker. My father has a very good name in the industry. It is well known due to the high ratings in magazines like Aficionado and also Cigar Snob and otherwise. This is the first time from my vantage point being in retail that this was something that people were asking for prior to it and were buying it immediately when it finally hit the shelves. They did a great job. So on the shelf in Ohio, you're at like $14.95. I would say the MSRP is likely $13 or so.
Okay.
That's a good
So
deal.
average price.
Yeah,
That's great.
what I was
And
wondering.
average price for,
A higher end cigar.
yeah, my father's cigars for sure.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is something that I would say intentionally they went with the simplicity of the name Blue just because people still butcher the Le Bijou. They butcher the La Opulencia. The 2012 cigar of the year for Cigar Aficionado was the Flor de las Antillas. These are names that the typical U.S. cigar smoker especially is not pronouncing correctly, which affects sales sometimes.
My father, Blue, also could possibly have some ramifications as well, to be fair.
How so?
I mean, just add a word after it. Just a thought.
Okay.
But it is,
if they-
I understand where they're going.
They could go down, things coming out of the Honduran factory.
Like
They
Cohiba
could,
Blue, stuff like that.
yeah. Cohiba Blue did it. Cohiba Black, they started doing the colors. So, I mean, I don't see STG, General Cigars that own Cohiba. I don't see them going after it for the name Blue. They're not like Fuente went after a couple different companies for using X on their label.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't see them doing that, but they obviously always could.
Well, just off the bat, I can tell it's a really well constructed cigar. You can tell the quality right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's a soft box press.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
do you guys
I like
like that?
I like it better than like a square one.
I mean, what's the difference?
So
Or is there a standard?
no, I mean, it's not quite perfectly round.
Right.
Yes.
So, and then a box press is usually like to
Oh,
Shawn, it's like
Yeah.
the harder angles.
Yeah, I don't like.
And this is like a rounded box press. So I call
I
it
like
a
it.
soft box
Yeah.
press. Very pleasant
Yeah.
to smoke, in my opinion.
It's also good. The way it feels in your hand feels nice too.
I do like too the all the extra decorative stuff they have on there. It's raised up. It's not just some flat.
It's
like,
embossed very well.
Yeah.
This is a high end cigar band for sure. The gold leaf on it is very nice without being gaudy, in my opinion.
yeah.
And all the colors do come together. It's very colorful, very
Mhm.
bright, and to your point, crisp, which is not always the case on cigar bands.
Mhm.
I would imagine these are using, so there's like the actual, like they die cast these so
Yeah.
that it like actually stamps it down on there and
Yeah.
prints it, to make it the
I'm-
embossment.
I remember as a kid, like I had this book. It was like a Disney book or something. Like this is back in the 70s, so I'm aging myself as usual.
It's fine.
But like there was a color of this. There was like a big like a tower with a clock in the middle, and it was like the way it glowed orange. Like I'll never forget that book and that color. And this kind of reminds me of something of like when I see this, now that I've seen this, I won't forget the color. I won't forget all the stuff around it because, and so like, and I think that it really, once you get one of these and you like them and you start go into a shop and you start looking down, that shit's going to pop on you because you're kind of like subconsciously even looking for it, that you've like enjoyed the wrapper so much.
Well, and like I said, I don't have the box with us here, but that is the color of the box.
That's cool.
It's
That is
just, it's that blue, the whole thing. So on a humidor, walk-in humidor shelf, if it's opened up, the inside's all blue,
Sure.
the top, the lid, and the surrounding part is all blue. So
Nice.
they've done a nice job with the boxes they make. Like the Le Bijou is going to be white, and it really just pops. So like even when we have people in the shop that are looking for empty cigar boxes or whatever, that always stands out. They think it's very, very elegant, very nice. So definitely top notch cigar. As far as the flavor goes, Spencer, you talked a bit about it.
Medium.
Yeah.
I don't get too much spice out of it one
No.
way or another. I'd say medium. I don't think it's medium full, me personally.
No.
This would be a great everyday cigar. This
Yeah.
would be a great cigar after your first cigar, as well. But I don't think you're going to feel terrible waking up with this, the next day.
No, I don't think so either.
It's a great retrohale too. It's not too spicy. It just has a very nice earthy flavor to it. And it just, lately I've really been into cigars and like really studying the retrohale because it's just, for those of you out there that don't do it or not familiar, you breathe it, you bring it in and blow it out your nose, and it's totally different flavor, and you get more, a lot more detailed with it. But this one I've been like pretty much retrohaling it every time I do it because I do like the flavor that comes with it for sure.
I'm getting the one thing. I agree everything you guys said. There is a little bit of a sharpness at the end for me in the retro hail.
I think I've just blown out my fucking olfactory nerve, and no, I think
not sharpness in a negative way. It's just kind of like a clean, like almost like a cedar. No, just like a sharpness, like in the cedar sense. Like,
I get that too. It's not, but it's not one of those where you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. It's more of
no real pepper there.
No, it's, and I like having that little bit of sharpness because, like now that I'm doing it more, I'm like even leaning on like medium or even full cigars. So, because like I bring on the challenges, but it's, again, you're getting a lot more flavor profile when you get stronger ones. And this is one of those, like you said, I think it comes out real smooth at the beginning. And then at the end, there's that little bit of a gotcha, but it's not over the top at all. I'm excited to see how it'll pair with the bourbon.
Let's touch on that.
Okay.
What do we got? What'd you bring? This is something you got your hands on, something a little special here.
One of my actually the guy that we're going to spend Thanksgiving with, I've known since first grade. He's brought this up. My birthday was back in October, and he came over one day and said, "Hey, I got a guy that has a shitload of bourbon. He's got some crazy collection, and he offered this bottle, and he gave it to me." So, but it's a Rhetoric from Orphan Barrel, a 22-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Is the the 8th release from the Orphan Barrel Whiskey Distilling Company, and the 3rd in the Rhetoric series of progressively aged whiskeys, aged 2 years longer than the first.
Rhetoric.
Release. It is simply more mature and carries a higher proof. The whiskey will continue to be progressively aged and re-released annually at a year older, allowing whiskey aficionados to collect the series and compare the whiskeys side by side. Beginning, I was going to share what the flavor notes are.
Well, what do you get from it?
Yeah, where is it from? Like, where is Rhetoric the distillery?
I think it's from Orphan Barrel. When I read earlier, it's like they find these random like barrels that have been set aside for whatever reason. Could be that they forgot about it, like whoever distilled it, and or trying to make a certain blend and then just kept that off to the side to maybe pair with down the road. But it seems to be there's a lot of different things that they ended up, like the Orphan Barrel is the company that I think makes the Rhetoric whiskey. So they have different kinds of bottles all the time. With, they say it could be from something that's that they, like I said, they just there's multiple ways that they can kind of take this bourbon and kind of mix it all together and create this one whiskey. So they must have been, I don't know if it's like, and that's one thing I'm not sure is like, did they sometimes they just find a barrel that's like 22 years old, and
or they bought it and have just held on to it and didn't tap it until it was 22.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So maybe they try it as it goes on and then finally, pour it after 22 years. But 22 years for a bourbon, that's patience.
Yeah.
So the Orphan Barrel, the side of the bottle here talks about Orphan Barrel. At Orphan Barrel Whiskey Distilling Company, we pride ourselves in rescuing lost barrels of rare and delicious whiskey hidden away and long forgotten in the back of rick houses. While we take craft and quality seriously, we had a little fun bringing these extraordinary whiskeys to life with each of our marquees. Every Orphan Barrel bourbon whiskey is hand bottled in Tullahoma to ensure that these rare whiskeys are treated with the care they deserve, because once they're gone forever. So yeah, this
bottle number
16460.
Okay.
So yeah, I wish I knew more about these, and I'm sure people are listening like, these guys don't know what they're talking about, but we really don't. That's the thing is with this. I've heard of them. I think you have as well. You too, or no?
I've heard of Rhetoric.
I haven't. And actually, as soon as I got the bottle, I took a picture of it and sent it to Steve and Nate and said, "Ever had this before?" And Nate had heard of it. And I've
had some of these Orphan Barrels before, sampled back in the day with Jake, who started the podcast. But yeah, it sounds like they are like it's kind of a lost and found type of a thing. Like they bought these old barrels. I don't know how many. It doesn't say single barrel, right? If I'm not mistaken. It just says,
I'm assuming this one is a single barrel.
unless they got a lot of them,
I mean,
like not a lot, like a.
I don't think that this is mixed with another barrel is where I'm going with it. I don't think this is a small batch. I mean, the retail on this is basically $450. I don't think that they're mixed.
I get it, but it doesn't say single barrel anywhere on this.
I think
see.
Orphan Barrel is
It's a clever
the
name.
idea.
It's a
of it
clever
is-
name.
Yeah. So marketing wise, it seems like it'd be.
It's also
up there.
called Batch Series, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think secondary is around. I've seen it for $600-700 for secondary. So
I'll give you 50 right now.
Hmm.
Venmo.
You're drinking it for free, Spencer. You're an idiot.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
take
give it
away
to
my
you.
offer. You had 50
I
bucks
was going to
gone.
give it to you for free, but now I'm going to charge you $200.
Literally drinking it right now as you offer to buy the whiskey you're drinking for free.
But to be honest, like if you were at a bar and you had a $450 bottle, like this pour would probably be around 50 bucks.
Easy.
Yeah.
If not more.
If not more.
I would, and to a la Nate, because he likes to talk about viscosity and legs, there is some serious leggage and viscosity to it.
I would hope so for that.
Yeah.
That age. Oh.
So typically when you get something that's this old, you get a lot of oak to it.
No shit.
I don't get a ton of oak to this. I get more of the velvety, the viscosity, a little thicker, just smooth. It might be because it's lower proof as well.
90 change, right?
Yeah. So this might have, yeah.
90.4.
So I don't know if they watered it down at all, or if that's just kind of what it came out of, or maybe it just kind of turned into 90 by the time it was all said and done.
Yeah, I think to your point, I've had some. I think we've shared some together with some of our mutual friends that are going to be 20-plus-year-old barrels from different distilleries, and
hot.
They're usually hot, and they are very, like, as silly as it sounds, they're very oaky. It's like hardwood floor. You know what I mean? It's a
Very
lot of
condensed
wood,
flavor. Condensed.
and it's like almost the ones I've had have been nearly like one note of that oak, and this is not like that to me, which is surprising when you see 22 years on it.
You like it, Shawn?
Yeah, I do. I was going to say I really enjoyed, like when I first got it, just on the nose, it was either like vanilla or caramel or something very, very sweet on the nose. Like, and I'm drinking a couple more, like a few more, just to kind of hold it there and see how it goes, and see if I get more flavors from it. But I'm just like excited to like, this tastes so good. And so I'm like, oh shit, I probably could have like held it there and try to find some different notes, but
There's a little bit of spice to it.
On the tongue?
Yeah, almost on the back for me. It's back here. Maybe that's a little bit of the heat too, which is surprising at 90 proof. What is that flavor? There's definitely something else there. I'm trying to place it.
I mean, are you getting banana? Are you getting caramel? Are you getting cherry?
A little caramel. I'm getting a little caramel. It's surprising you get some of your classic bourbon flavors for me out of this at this age.
yeah.
I was going to say, I do think it's a good bourbon that goes with this because I do feel like it's a little lighter and it goes with a lighter cigar personally. So I do think that this is it's a very calming bourbon and cigar combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed.
Dark chocolate. That's it.
Dark chocolate. Okay.
Yeah.
What percentage cacao are you thinking?
I don't know, but it's good cacao.
It's good cacao.
According to them, I have it on the bottle.
Yeah, go for it.
Tasting notes on it. So it says aroma of dried fruit and a hint of leather. Rich, smooth taste of coffee, dark chocolate, anise, and cracked nuts, concluding with a long finish of oak and smoke.
I think the nuts part
Not a big nut guy. I can't really speak to that.
Right.
Every week.
But it said toasted nuts.
analogy.
It said toasted nuts, right?
Cracked.
Cracked.
Oh, okay, cracked. But I think when like I just took a sip and had a cigar and it like really it turns the nuts into like toasted. Like there's a very good pairing to it where it just you get a lot more flavor like each thing draws more flavor out of both things. Like you bring them together and like you get
The cigar and the whiskey.
yeah, you're like, oh
Okay.
my God, I see the toasted or the nuts. Almost you bring this in and it's like, now it's like toasted nuts or it's, yeah, it's interesting.
I agree. I think drinking it first before the cigar is a very different experience than
Yo,
drinking
for
it after
sure.
the cigar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Almost two completely different bourbons.
Yeah. It was like, I didn't know what to expect from 22 years old and, you know,
Young and mature.
Yeah. And I've never like,
It can be.
I've never had that old before. So maybe 10, 12
Younger?
years tops.
Yeah.
And, I'm on the Epstein files now.
Really?
We'll find out. We'll finally find out.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see how many people you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Definitely getting
scrubbed
sweet.
out of the files.
Getting sweet
No
on the,
funny stuff is what I'm told.
I feel like it's like a cherry vanilla ish
Yeah.
on the front end. The back, again, it's like on the back end of the retrohale, it's not like really pronounced. And it's the same with this on the, you know, when you're at the finish, it's there, but it's not like, oh my God, like you don't get that Kentucky hug of just, oh, it's burning all the way down. It's just very subtle.
It stops like here, really.
Yeah. It doesn't like,
Disappears, which I like.
and it doesn't linger.
Yeah. I will say if you swirl
little
around a
bit
little bit, I do get some of that more tart cherry. If you swirl around a little bit. But I do think that this is one of the ones where you drink it instead of the cigar, it is a different experience.
Yeah.
It's like with combining that, it's almost like if you had a dessert of, if you ever had like the, like a bourbon filled dark chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, that's a good.
Mhm.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at with this,
Yeah.
I think.
I haven't had one of those in a while. They're around.
Right here.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
Are you going to break out good whiskey for Thanksgiving? Just out of curiosity. What's the
Old Crow, probably.
you love your family and you love hers even more. So Old Crow.
There aren't any real, I mean, my brother's father-in-law will drink whiskey. My father-in-law will drink some whiskey, but not like huge, bourbon people. So I'll have it. I mean, I've got some to try in there, as you know, like some different stuff, a lot of local stuff in there still. So we'll have that. But no, I mean, just don't really have big whiskey drinkers in my family.
Are they coming into town for Thanksgiving?
So yeah, Kristen's parents are coming into town. They're gonna be flying in Tuesday and staying with us, and then flying back on, or flying to Chicago, I think, on the following Monday. So
Oh, wow.
Monday
I'll have to come and say
Thanksgiving.
hey to them.
Yeah,
Come by
for
and say
sure.
hello because we bonded and we kind of.
They'll be in town all week. We're going to be obviously having family. We're hosting. We'll talk about that a little bit more in part two, but we're hosting Thanksgiving. But I
Nice.
mean, they're going to be around, Tuesday night, then Wednesday during the day, probably hanging out, and then Friday during the day. Saturday will be, I'm working all day Saturday. So
Sure.
yeah,
Is there a cousin Eddie in the mix of that family so you can kind of do the whole?
probably just me.
If you don't know who the cousin,
I'm gonna
is,
buy you.
you're probably cousin.
I'm gonna give him a six pack of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a 6-pack of Meister Bro.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's probably me.
Shitter's full.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Hey, don't go down here.
Yeah.
Shitter's full.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I like this. This is a enjoyable bottle. Let's talk about price. So
I'm gonna look
we
that up
get
real
this
quick.
question a lot with whiskeys. We get this question a lot with the cigars we're smoking. Shawn, you were on you were at the table when we had the Bland's Gold and the Cahiba Spectre.
Whew.
And that was very relevant because those cigars MSRP are going to be 150, and the bottle was what, 200 or something like that.
The cigar is $150.
The cigars were MSRP $150 per cigar.
Can I ask what, besides branding and whatever, what makes it, instead of a $50 cigar, what makes it a $150 cigar?
I'm of the opinion that cigar, that one, we all enjoyed it.
I hope so.
That one was a very, for me, pretty obvious. If you're not buying the box of 10 for $1,500, it's not worth the $150 for just a cigar.
I don't think.
I think you're
most-
paying half of that for the
that
half of
came
that's
in
for
a
the
very
box.
unique box that kind of opened up like this. It had 10 individual tube cigars that had, I guess, humidification, and then it came with a travel humidor, like a cylinder travel humidor. And so like all of these things combined was like the box of 10 is MSRP $1,500. So then the people that were selling them, it's like, yeah, the cigars are $150 a piece. And it's like, we talked about that.
Yeah,
night.
I think half of it went towards the humidor or the box of
Yeah.
Cannon.
So it was like, if we did not pick it up at Tinder Box at Easton, but if we would have, like my idea would have been, hey, you buy the cigar for $150 or call it 140, whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You get a 1 in 10 chance of winning the box in the humidor. We'll once this box is gone, we'll raffle it off.
Or,
you know what I mean?
auction,
then it's like you have a 1 in 10 chance of getting everything, and you're smoking a very rare cigar. So there's a little bit more in there to someone that didn't want to buy the entire box. But this one, so this bottle, what I saw was like MSRP was around $500.
Well, I'm looking at it now. I just Googled it, and it said like it says it's 110 suggested retail.
Oh, well then.
And then I think a lot of these other
ballpark.
places like the Bourbon Connection and all these Wooden Cork and whatever,
Selling it at higher prices.
yeah, it's anywhere from, I think I've seen it from 600 to 489 to, yeah.
So okay, let's go with that. The MSRP would be 110, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're talking a different conversation. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for something that's 22 years aged,
I don't think you're ever going to find anything like that.
No.
No, I would say this is something that's going to be. I'm not as upset about it. I was thinking at $500, I would
fight somebody.
I would be, yeah. I mean,
but I mean, if you look at
very enjoyable.
If you look at what Bland's 75 and you can sell it for pretty high.
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And there's other ones that like all that, like E.H. Taylor, same thing. All that shit's like less than $100, and you can turn around and sell it for quite a bit more. But
I think it's a cool experience. We're never going to have an experience of drinking.
Yeah,
22 year. You know what I mean?
And it's a one of a kind kind of thing. Yeah, it's going to eventually never not exist anymore. It's not. You can't get it every at every liquor
That's
store.
a great thing and about the podcast, and also not the. So a lot of these bottles are one-time hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So some of these, hey, you're never going to be able to try that specific bottle, versus if you just, hey, how does Woodford taste? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's value to both. Obviously, this is something that some people can still get their hands on, but I mean, it's interesting to talk about, try, and share it with everyone. But $110, I'm with it. That's a cool thing to have in your own personal bar, your own personal stash. I think this is very, very much worth that to do that. But the whole concept behind it is very unique. I've heard of even like someone in the cigar industry doing that as well, calling it a lost and found series. To hear, go ahead.
No. I just had a question, but you can finish your sentence.
To hear like the process of finding these things and buying them. Most recently, actually, there was Rick Rodriguez, who is a friend of the show with now West Tampa Tobacco. He just released a cigar called Dark Time, which he bought those cigars. They had a lot of age on them, and was going to release them in 2022 when he released the initial white and black cigars. But he held on to them because at the time, the way it worked out, the MSRP would have been around $35 per cigar.
Wow.
For everything he had into it, right? So, and to obviously make a little bit of money on it. So he held it back. But it's interesting when you value someone like a Rick Rodriguez as a blender and coming up with different blends, and then he has a cigar in the store behind it, is that he found these cigars and really liked them and bought them and he wants to share them with everyone. So
Bourbon world.
It's that's where this is. It's very interesting. It's like these people, they bought a barrel or barrels of the different products, they bottle it, and then they have to market it. But you wonder why the place where it comes from, wherever it is, they didn't use it. Which is a lot of reasons for that.
Yeah.
The question I had is like, it's cooler in here, and obviously we're in the garage, and it's
You're wearing shorts.
I'm wearing that's normal for me, but I would like to try this and like inside where there's no, like, it's almost like it's chilled now. It's like cooler. I'd be
That's also why my lighter's not working.
There's plenty more over here.
Do you want to see if I can, like, if Kristen will let us like take everything inside and do this?
No.
Just set up in the.
But I would like to try it
set
eventually.
Up in the dining room.
I would like to. You know what? I'll bring it over sometime when it's already warmed up, and we can sit in your house and have a pour.
Yeah, I think the cigars will smoke better. As well.
Yeah.
Less of a draft.
Yeah, a more.
But I'm just curious. No, I'm more just curious about having it in a warm setting where that's not chilled almost, where it's just a room temperature,
Mhm.
see what it would. If you ever had that where if it's like room temperature as opposed to like just chilled, that you taste.
Oh,
the difference?
absolutely. Yeah, I have. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely changes things.
Sure.
All right, we think pairing. Let's talk about it.
It's chalk.
It's a very calm podcast. That blue is just getting everyone kind of calm.
There's a little CBD in this. I mean, do you want to do ratings?
Might as well.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So this is where we do the ratings on part one. This is whiskey out of 10 being the best, cigar out of 10, and the pairing being out of 10 as well. Spencer, why don't you go ahead first?
I think the cigar is a very pleasant cigar, very well constructed, easy draw, smooth, very smooth. Cigar, I'm going to go 8.5 for $13, $14. I don't think that you're going to find a better cigar out there for the price.
Okay.
And you know, my father has the ability and the craftsmanship to make high-end cigars. So I
Sure.
think for them to come out with one that's, you know, at this price point, 8.5.
Okay.
Bourbon. Shawn, where do we start with this, my friend? So
Don't worry if you
no. Hey, so
No big
I
deal.
agree. At the 500 or 450 price point, outrageous.
Yeah.
At the 110 price point, a bargain.
Yeah.
They have a 22-year
Oh, yeah,
bargain.
dude.
I told you I was going to use this word earlier. Velvety smooth.
Yeah.
Like the viscosity, thicker. Love the color. Beautiful caramel color.
Yep.
Bourbon itself, might go 8.5. Pairing, I do think they go well together. I do think that the heaviness of the cigar and or I shouldn't say heaviness, rather the delicateness of the cigar and the smoothness of the bourbon go really well together.
Yeah.
So apparently I'm going to go 8.5 as well. I think they do go well together.
Across the board.
Across the board. I think that I know you never plan the pairings, but I think this was a good one. I think they do go very well together.
Yep.
And they both stand alone separately as well. So well done.
Nice.
Shawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You're like 8.5. Damn it, that's what I had. No, I agree. I feel the same way about both the cigar and the whiskey by themselves are an 8.5. It's. I think it's more of a unique flavor. It's not like a Blanton's Gold where you're like, oh my god, you know. And it's not like, oh, this tastes like shit. It's more of a. It's a unique kind of a flavor. And it being on the nose and being so sweet, and then on the front end is really sweet, but on the back end it kind of gets a little bit drier. And even though it's like, and it is velvety smooth, but it doesn't really stick. I would think something this thick and velvety and viscosity in the legs, it would
Yeah, look at those legs. It's
like
crazy.
the finish would last longer when you're drinking it. Like it
That
doesn't.
might be the proof.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But I mean, 8.5 for sure, because this was a gift given to me for my birthday, so I'm not going to complain, you know, and it's definitely something I like to try inside when it's a little bit warmer and just see what the different tastings, and maybe it'd be a little bit more, I don't know, maybe a little more smoother, and maybe get to feel that a little more, just kind of get that warmness for it. So yeah, 8.5. The cigar, I agree. I'm going to do 8.75 actually on the cigar.
Ooh,
Fuck.
number.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Watch out for this guy.
This shit is good. This is it just from the beginning, just looking at it.
Had you smoked this before? I can't
No.
remember.
Nope.
Okay.
Has this been around in the shop for a minute?
A month or so. two.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the last few months I haven't been in because I've been traveling and stuff. So I've only been in a couple of times, but my God, there is like just something about, like we discussed the retrohale, and just even on the palate, it's very, it's like you get in a relaxed mood with it. It's just very calming for me. And last couple of days I've been dealing with, it's just something I needed too. So, but the pairing, I'm going to go a 9. They really complement each other in my opinion. I think with, like I mentioned earlier, like you get the flavor profiles of each one, but when you combine them, it really enhances even more. Like it brings out both of the toasted nuts and stuff. And it really, it draws it both out, and it's just like, it's delicious. So that's how I look at it. So
Thank you.
have fun or
Did you call me nerd?
follow that.
The whiskey, the rhetoric here, the 22-year rhetoric, all in there. I feel like even though you guys rated it 8.5, right? There's not a whole lot of excitement behind it. at this table. Maybe it's the calming that we're talking about. Kind of more mellow tonight, you know. It's nice.
I don't want to be harsh on a 22 year, you know. I think because I know it's something special, so I don't want to fucking dog it.
But I guess that's where I get into it, and I don't want to be. I do like this. I'll rate it an 8. I'll give it an 8 right off the rip. But it's kind of what I wanted to. Listening to you guys rate it and talk about it, there's not as much excitement behind it, and I don't know if you drank it blind, probably would be more excited about it. I think to have something that is going to be this Orphan Barrel, very tough to find, obviously a secondary market backs it up that it's going to be harder to find because you wouldn't be selling this for 3-4 times the price if it is a $110 bottle. But I think that this is something that it's almost like it's overselling it, like 22 year. This is an Orphan Barrel. We found this thing and it's going to be this. We put the tasty notes on there to make you get excited about it. And you sip on it and say you do get it at a bar that charges more close to the secondary price of the bottle. So you're $50+ for a pour, wherever they put it. The hype is something that I think is getting people possibly excited about this. Beautiful bottle, beautiful marketing. The whole story's great. I like it all. But when we're doing this, trying to be fairly objective about it, there isn't a whole lot of hype that has lived up to it, or the flavor and everything else hasn't lived up to the hype. Excuse me. It's not a negative. I still think it's a great, like, this is a very enjoyable bottle if you were to get it at a MSRP. I don't think
spending $500 on it now.
I don't think it's worth it unless this type of bottle is what I like to call like whiskey currency, where you buy it for this and then you hold on to it hoping that it'll be worth more later on, which good for you guys that are doing that, bad for the industry in some ways also. So it's like good and bad on that. So yeah, I give it an 8. I just didn't know what to expect.
Tastes like a 6 year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would be, you did not pay. You said this was a gift. I just, like, Shawn, if you would have, like, yeah, guys, I'm really, like, I want to do something special for the holidays. I spent $500 on this bottle. I think Spencer and I would be sitting here kind of like, what do I say about this? how does that rate it differently?
Yeah, I agree.
That goes along with the story, right? I mean, now it's like, oh, I had a friend brought over a $500 bottle of bourbon, and we're sitting here sipping on it, and it's very good.
It does smell amazing.
It's good. I almost, like I said, I think the hype was oversold for what I was prepared for, which is why it's not like a holy shit, this is like a 9.5 or 10. So
I think it speaks to our palates that we are all similar on the same page. Yeah. All right. So what do you got for the ratings, Mr. Crane?
The cigar, I'm an 8 on that as well. I like this. I'm not as much into typically Honduran tobacco. There are certain brands that I do like that are based out of Honduras that I do enjoy a lot of their stuff. I'm more curious to see what continues to come out of the Honduran factory, and if the Garcia family is truly growing Honduran tobacco, learning more about that. You know, I think more of like the Aroa family with the CLE and the Aroa cigars being Honduran tobacco, being that Corojo tobacco that Christian likes to grow and use in his. I don't know enough about what they're doing with the My Father cigars. So it's like, this is a very pleasant cigar, like you said. Both of you guys really enjoy it.
Are there notes in Honduran tobacco that's
not necessarily?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's that kind of, I think it was that finish there that I was talking about, possibly. And I've never, to my knowledge, had what I read was a Connecticut broadleaf rosado, which was very interesting as well. Connecticut broadleaf is typically going to be a very hearty and dark, rich wrapper leaf, and this is not that. So it's a beautiful cigar. I mean, this is worth the buy just to try it because it's very good construction, good flavor, good everything overall. I just wouldn't necessarily keep going back to it as a daily kind of a smoke.
Oh, 8 on the cigar.
8 on the cigar. And pairing.
What'd you get on the whiskey?
8.
8
and 8. Pairing, honestly, I'm different from you guys tonight. I'm like, I drop it down a little bit at 7.75.
Russian.
Yeah.
You're making up for Nate not being.
No, I didn't say 2. 7.75, just because I think that they stand up to each other, so it's not ruined. Like, it's not like taken away from either of them. that the whiskey has a little bit more of that finish. I don't think goes as well with the cigar. In fact, I think you know, since you're going to save this bottle, I'll finish this cigar just with. I had just typical Buffalo Trace and see how
you can have some more if you want, though.
Well, no, I'm just curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, sure.
With something else that's
that
not
makes sense.
22 years
Yeah,
old,
for sure.
stuff like that. So very enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I just, like I said, I'm not as excited about this, but I think possibly because I am partial to a lot more like the Nicaraguan tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
And my father's cigars, I like, or I very much enjoy a good chunk of their portfolio, but not all of it. And some of the ones that I'm not, like the La Opulencia, I'm not a huge fan of, and that sells like crazy. It's a very good cigar.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for me. But then over half their portfolio, I just can go back to anytime I want. Like I love it.
Do you have a go-to cigar? I know you got the choices. I'm sure you have a handful of go-tos.
Well, just keep it with my father's. Yeah, the Le Bijou I really enjoy. The original my father I like, the Dom Pepino Garcia original, which is also blue. So we used to call that Dom Pepin Blue, which is what is kind of confusing, I think, to some people. La Dueña I like a lot from them. So, I mean, those are some of my go-tos from them.
Okay.
But yeah, so this will be interesting to see what comes out of the Honduran factory, in my opinion, and the Honduran fields for them. Because it is, they definitely are one of the best in the industry, and so they know what they're doing. It's just that's where I'm curious to see what comes out in the following years here, and who they make stuff for if they publicize that.
Is there a high-end Honduran cigar that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head?
Like I said, I think highly of the CLE stuff, like
Okay.
the Aroa first 20 year.
Gotcha.
He's put out some great stuff. But yeah, there's some other, like, you know, the Honduran, you know, there's definitely some other stuff coming out of Honduras that you've had, or, you know, that just doesn't boast it like this one does in the story. So yeah, Plasencia has a Honduran factory, you know, so they have most of their stuff that they put out is Nicaraguan, but they do also have like the Plasencia 149 is all Honduran tobacco, the Cosecha 149. And that one blew me away for being all Honduran tobacco.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So basically, the main places that tobacco derived from are Nicaragua, Honduras, and maybe Dominican.
Those are the major three, other than Cuba, where they're producing cigars, and where most of the tobacco is coming out of. But you do now have it coming from other places. So like
Mexican and or
Mexican, Brazilian, yep, absolutely. Those are big. Connecticut obviously is a big one. Yeah, I mean, even Pennsylvania has that Pennsylvania broadleaf that you've heard in some of the cigars. Cameroon, Africa. So that's a big one for rapidly.
Old school.
So how do they grow shit in Pennsylvania? I mean,
outside.
I mean, like you got the summer, I guess.
Houses.
I guess you grow it in the summer and then
Same like Ohio.
And then the winter
Ohio's fertile ground for growing crops.
Yeah.
Growing crops.
Yeah.
It's not as common because I don't think there's a whole lot of farming real estate that you're going to be growing tobacco leaves. It is a smaller project out there.
So what you could do then is if you find a way to get some of the corn stalk leaves and blend it with something.
I've smoked corn stalks.
You have.
Don't do it, bro. Do
okay.
not do it.
Okay.
I was really drunk.
When I was a kid, I used to take leaves that were almost brown or just turning brown, and I would roll them up and smoke them. I thought I was cool, but I wasn't.
That is cool.
Is it? Ray Chester, good point. Indonesia, that's another place a lot of tobacco comes out of.
Really?
Yep.
Did not know
So you getting comments on your thing?
I am.
I'm not getting shit.
Gotta scroll.
Yeah, swipe over maybe.
Yeah.
Swipe over?
Swipe over to the left or right. No, the bottom part. No.
Oh, okay. This way?
Yep. There you go. Maybe.
That's your description. All right, I'll figure it out.
All right. Anyone have any tips for Shawn how to use an Android phone? Throw them up on the screen. He can't see them, but we'll share it with him. I'll put it up on the video there. We're gonna roll right into part 2 if you guys are good.
Yep. I may pee here in a bit. But
Yeah. Restroom break.
We can. Yeah. Make
Shawn?
it quick.
All right, Shawn, go for it.
I'm gonna
All
pee. I'm gonna go pee outside.
We'll put us in the background here.
I'll probably go after Shawn, but I'd like to talk about Shawn while he's in the restroom.
Oh, well then keep it live.
Yeah. We'll
Keep
keep
it
You
live.
can come with me. We can cross streams.
Ah,
That's cool, man.
yeah.
It's a one staller there.
Is it? There's a sink.
Just go ahead. You can go inside.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
Where are you
He
going?
was going to use the outhouse.
Oh, is there an outhouse?
It's the side of the house. It's out of the house. Out of the house. Spencer, let's. I mean, we can kind of talk a little about it. Just click it over to the topic here. We'll keep it loose tonight.
Okay.
It's the Thanksgiving episode. Go ahead.
Thanksgiving.
I believe.
I'd say bring back Columbus.
Wow. Let's first part of the show. We're going to talk about Christopher Columbus and how.
And now they're taking away Christmas. Can you believe? You can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. Damn it, you can now.
Says the Jewish guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even say Merry Christmas anymore.
You can.
I'd say Happy Holidays, one person.
Oh, come on. I think you can say Merry Christmas now.
Yeah. By the way, your house looks beautiful for the holidays. This is the first holiday Christmas in the house.
Oh, yeah, in the house. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
did turn it
Kristen
in.
did a great job decorating. I hung up the 3 stockings on pre-existing nails, so I really went all out on that. But
It's all right. You each have your strengths.
she did a good job. And if you've been here at night, but you were talking when you were here on Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't see all the Christmas lights
There's
on
not
the
Christmas
house.
lights.
Well,
They're
there's
just
lights. So year-round lights.
That's what it looks like.
No, I mean,
I think it looks nice.
I mean, the cigar business is booming. Recruiting is killing it.
Amazon.
Everyone in this town has Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
we
wearing
can. I
them
think
right
we
now.
can do some lights.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not doing them for you, but I think
Oh.
that actually, I have not seen the outside of the house since I've been inside the garage, but I'm sure it is beautiful.
You walked up, man.
I mean, the garage is open. I didn't really look at the house. I
Yeah.
kind of saw the garage open. I was like, that's
Fair.
where the Uber drops me off at.
Ray says, no peeing outside in that new fancy neighborhood. Yeah.
That is the disadvantage of moving on up.
Recommended. I can't say that we followed that every week.
It is in the HOA.
No.
It's not?
Definitely not. No.
They don't say that?
They don't say you can't urinate on the side of your house. Is yours? I don't think many HOAs would put that as a line item or a
If I were
bylaw.
you, the first thing I did when I bought my house was
Pee on it.
I didn't pee on the house. It's not like cracking a bottle of champagne on a boat.
Yeah.
But
This is
having
mine now. It's like a dog.
having a fenced-in backyard, one of the joys of home ownership, besides all the pitfalls of home ownership, is you get to pee in your own backyard.
I mean, you can do it without a fence too.
You could do without it. You have done it without a fence. For whatever reason, at your old house, which did not have a fence, we did the side of the house. I don't remember ever peeing in the back of the
No,
house.
that's the side of the house.
It was
Yeah.
the side of the house.
Yeah.
I don't know why we did. I guess closest to the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In between the houses, no one sees it,
Yeah.
especially at night.
Yeah.
Only did it after nightfall usually.
I one of the great joys in my life
a great
will
podcast,
be
by the
as soon as my boy Leo can pee on his own and I don't have to change his diaper. I would like to teach him how to pee outside.
No, it's every man's right.
Very attainable goal.
All right, tagging. We're just already in part 2 here.
Continue.
Talking about peeing and stuff. Thanksgiving episode usually happens.
Yeah.
Can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
Kristen does chime. We do have 3 bathrooms. We do.
It's just something liberating.
The one right here. Go ahead. Now,
There's
just start walking upstairs.
something liberating about being outside, though.
There is something there. It's like there's no rules really.
Yeah, and it's
There are
like
laws against it.
like sometimes I'll be in my downstairs watching TV, and there's a bathroom right in front of me. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go pee off the
it's not
deck.
the same, man. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
You don't have to aim; you just kind of just let it go.
Hands on your hips. Let her rip.
The hokey pokey piss.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What are we doing? Spencer's gonna be a while. I hear him talking to Kristen, so it's
Yeah, I'm sure.
might as well just talk about it.
Oh, now I'm getting comments. That was weird. Okay. Yeah. So I mentioned to Steve earlier. I mentioned it on the podcast. I've had a couple of horrible days, and after getting through it all, it's like it really put things in perspective and allowed me to be thankful for that my kid's alive. Right out.
Explain that. That's just
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Just,
Yeah, for sure. So my kiddo, who's 17, was in a car accident yesterday, and
it's okay.
yeah, she's
Don't
good.
blame
Everything's
us.
they're good. They're fine. Actually, it was right in front of their development here. It's the main road.
Don't blame us.
And no, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying how the proximity of it.
It is
And-
amazing too. It literally was the light, just
Right outside your development.
what 100 feet
Yeah.
south of ours.
And, yep. And my kiddo was heading north on the main road from their development, and the lady was coming the other way, turning left, and a truck kind of pulled and did left, and then, you know, had plenty of room. And then all of a sudden this lady decided to turn left when Molly was maybe 20 feet from, yeah, it was like
no time to stop. 45 miles an hour on that road. And that turn lane coming south, which is basically it starts coming south. That left turn lane is almost immediately after our turn into our neighborhood. So at rush hour, there are times where I'm literally waiting, and eventually, like, there's one day I was trying to get over to the left turn lane.
Yeah, you don't have much time.
And there were cars already in it. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there with my signal on, and people keep coming in. So I start like flash my lights and honk my horn. I had the windows down. I'm holding my hand out, and literally a guy that's trying to turn left to go down Central College, he's just like, "Fuck you, man." And I'm like, I'm trying to get in my fucking neighborhood, dude.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Yeah. If you're all sitting there, what's the problem? It's ridiculous. So yeah, this lady she had 2 kids in the back seat. One was the baby and one was maybe 4 years old. And Molly had a dash cam, so we were able to look at it, and it's
wild too.
It's fucking like, oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is that?
Go ahead.
But it was literally like she did not even see Molly, and Molly had their lights on. It was raining. It was overcast. But still, it was plain as day. It wasn't like there was fog or anything. And so what was weird though is like, just, she was not like, Molly got out and say, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Can you move your car out of the intersection?" You know, shit like that. And it took 6 of us to move it because the car was totaled. And, you know, I was working, and Molly called me, and I could tell they were distraught. So I immediately got in my car and went out there to kind of be there for them. And when they saw me, they just broke down, and it broke my heart. And, you know, you never want to see your kids suffer at all, but to like know that after seeing the accident, I'm very grateful and thankful that they were okay, because they have some chest pain because of the whole I think the seatbelt kind of caught them, and then the airbag went off, and they got a split on one of their fingers. So that's the worst of it. So I mean, after we got to the hospital and did x-rays, everything was fine. But it was I was telling Steve, it's tough because like I wasn't like comforting my child. And once I knew they were okay, then it was all business, like, you know, helping with the police report and talking to the police and talking to the medics and talking to, you know, everything. And the guys were like, obviously the lady was at fault. They knew it. And Molly got a hold of the police report, and it was completely her fault, but she was trying to blame Molly. So I'm like, bitch, we got video.
Yeah.
You know, so, and my wife is Mama Bear, and she was ready to kill her. And I'm like, Teresa, don't add to she's like, I want to sue her. I'm like, let's just let it go and just be happy that everyone's okay. So insurance is going to cover it. And that's the one thing I told Molly is I'm holding them as they're losing their shit, which is understandable. But I'm like, it's a fucking car. The fact that you're breathing and still standing on your own is what's all I care about. Nothing else. And so that was a lot. And I think I was in a very much of a like, let's get shit done mode. Like it's just in my job description. It's like go and make sure everything's covered. And like once I knew Molly was there, and then Teresa eventually showed up and kind of took care of Molly from that point on. So like I, you know, went to the hospital and dealt with insurance. And by the time I got home that night, I finally had a chance to like sit down and think about it. And I lost it because I'm like, I didn't have time to deal with that. And once I could, it was really hard to grasp with the fact that like, you know, I come around the neighborhood and like Molly's car's not there, and it's a car and who cares, but it's just something hit me really hard. And then it made me realize how quick that it could have been like way worse, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, so that's something I'm thankful for. It's having my kid still home and doing good. So, I think that along with, dropping my 2 pets off this morning for surgeries, it was just chaotic, and I was working, and then the insurance was calling me all day, and the vets were calling me all day, and everybody else. And then I've got this kidney issue where I could have a stone again. So it's like, when I realized tonight was the show, I'm like, thank fucking God, man. I need to be with my friends. I need to be with all you people online just to like
get to see him tonight.
Yeah. I just wanted to just have a sense of normalcy and just be present with people that I care about a lot, and you guys online. And sorry, remember,
Yeah.
no peripheral, so I didn't see
I
him at all.
realized that. Either he's an asshole or he's got no peripheral.
No, trust me.
Or both,
We've been
really.
down this
I mean,
road many times. If Nate were here, he'd have a
both.
lit cigar by my cheek. But yeah,
see you on camera if you look it up, by the way.
but yeah, I knew that like at the end of the day, I'd be able to come here and hang with you guys. So it's been exactly what I was hoping for. So I appreciate you guys too. I'm thankful for this community, this podcast, and being in it for so long because of all of the, trials and tribulations that we all go to, but we can all come back to one place and kind of disconnect from all that shit and just be present. So I appreciate you guys and you guys up there. So I got.
Good night, everyone.
top that
Good night,
answer.
everybody. What's the top? Have we started part 2?
We've been doing it.
All right.
We just kind of rolled into it while you were in the bathroom. Actually, when Shawn was in the bathroom.
Okay.
Talking about peeing mostly when he was gone, but
Yeah.
Then he turned it to that.
I missed. What was he saying?
Completely zoned out.
Yeah, I blacked out. What happened? Obviously glad that your child's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that is by far the most important thing.
Yep.
I feel like Thanksgiving's kind of a time to reset, refocus a little bit. It kind of feels like we went from summer to winter. We had a little bit of fall, but not too much. I like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's probably it's not probably, but Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I got
Top holiday.
Martin Luther King Day, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving. Not in that order necessarily.
All right, now explain why.
It's got a contradiction.
Well, if you don't know what
Martin
Columbus Day is,
Jeez.
It's a little different.
Well, for me, we get to go to my cousins in Cincinnati. So my first cousin in Cincinnati has us over at their house. So responsibility for me for this holiday is nil. I get to show up. I'll probably bring a bottle of bourbon.
Sure.
My uncle is from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
And my cousin's husband, and they've been married for at least 15, 20 years. He went to University of Kentucky, so they do have bourbon in the house. But because my uncle is from Owensboro, I was in Owensboro a few weeks ago and stopped by Green River, which is, I think, one of the older distilleries. And then one of
Number 10, I think, is
that's what they're known for.
No, like that's their number, their distillery
10th
number.
oldest. And for whatever reason, they're a smaller distiller. We've had them on the podcast before. I think we had
We
distiller
had
as well.
Aaron Harris, the master distiller, on before.
Yeah, but to be able to buy a couple bottles that we can't get over here from that distiller, I'm going to bring it to my uncle and be like, hey, this is from your hometown.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. I like not having to watch the Browns on Thanksgiving. That's nice. Like, we've come over to the Crane's house a couple times on Sundays to watch Bears and non-Cleveland sports, and it's been very nice to watch football without having to worry about your own team.
Yep.
So Thanksgiving is just a day. I guess now I got to worry about fantasy football a little bit.
Yeah.
But my team is gutter, so I don't have to worry about that. But again, just
Shador is starting for you on Sunday.
Yeah, so
announced.
that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
But especially this Thanksgiving, it's a way for other people to hold my kid, which will be nice. Give us a little break.
Yeah.
Why you come over on Sundays?
Yeah, everyone else gets to
Football,
kind of hold the kid and get to spend some time with Leo, and I get to kind of drink, play a little ping pong, maybe play a little Mario Kart, just eat, be merry, and not have much responsibility. And then our family does something. I'm sure other families do it, but we kind of go around in a circle and everyone does say what they're thankful for. This year, we obviously have a lot to be thankful for, with a newborn and getting through that.
No shit. Yeah.
But it'll be his first holiday with everybody, kind of in a big group setting. So that'll be pretty amazing. But I think Thanksgiving is a time to always, when we get bombarded by everything, the news and social media, it feels like the world could end, or is the world going to end on every day? But it gives us a chance to realize, hey, things are all right. This is what's actually important. Look at the people in the room. This is what actually matters. This is my actual world. And to kind of focus on that versus focus on, work and all the other stuff that's going on in the world these days.
You also have to be thankful to or grateful that you do have something to do on Thanksgiving, because there are people like in the cigar community that, cigar shop too, some of the customers, like they don't really have
a place to go,
or they don't do anything for it, which is fine. They don't seem over the years, people haven't seemed upset about it. You know, it was just kind of, that's where life has taken them. I mean, obviously they might feel that way otherwise, but that is something I think you can feel thankful for, even with, you know, we're hosting this year for the first time. And
it's a big deal.
I know Kristen is handling it well, but, you know, she's trying to mesh, you know, mostly my family's traditions with a little bit of hers. And
Sure.
Naked football is a tough one to. Yeah, right where it's cold. It's cold out there. It's cold out there.
There'll be a lot of shrinkage out
Yeah.
there.
Naked turkey bowl, crane style.
We didn't do it that way. But
It's
no,
cold. I was cold.
It's interesting. But it can be stressful and all that stuff. And you know, one of the things, you know, I am going to say, you tell me what you need from me. I don't want to make things more complicated for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
I want to, like, you know, her mom's and dad are going to be here, so her mom's going to help her with that. And I think my sister-in-law's mom's coming over. My mom might come over in the morning, you know, to help with some of the stuff. And they're going to do their things at their own homes, come back at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, Shawn.
2 o'clock.
Okay. Well, I could maybe crash your place.
The bourbon will be warmer inside. 2 o'clock.
I may just show up after I go to my friend's house, man.
Yeah, I mean, sure, we'll be here. But no,
I don't have to.
I kind of, we were talking about it, and she, you know, not getting stressed, but she was like, kind of like making sure that everyone's going to be happy and everyone's going to have the dishes they want to bring, and how to keep this, you know, all going and not step on anyone's toes and all this stuff. And she, you know, because that's who she is. She's very respectful, and she wants to make it
organized.
And she's a hostess.
Sure.
As you guys have been over to our house for different functions. I mean, even like a Sunday fun day football is a potluck with a spread. I mean,
it does look effortless when the event comes. I'm sure there's a ton of organization that goes on before that, but it does seem effortless when you're doing it.
We've noticed, and we've talked since we've been together, and you know, she is definitely a planner and a hostess that's just fantastic with that stuff to make it look effortless. And you get a different perspective from people that don't host typically. It's the beginning, you know, prepping it, making sure, you know, who's coming and if we are doing something, what do you bring and all that stuff. And when people say they're like, yes, I'm going to come, or I'm a maybe, or whatever it is, you know, it's making the intention. And then it's also the aftermath, right? I mean,
I try to leave.
Hosting.
I try to leave
as messy as you can.
No, just before the aftermath.
No, but it's those types of things. So I think this holiday is going to be good, and we're very thankful. But I mean, I kind of, you know, my opinion was, and letting her, you know, basically take the lead and continue with the lead, is it's going to be fine. Like, you know, if you're going to piss off someone, that's fine. You know,
you can't make everybody happy all the time. Yeah.
But it's like, you can't always worry about necessarily that part of making everyone happy. You can give it your best effort, but it's
and let the cards fall where they may.
Well, and also I think it's going to be different. I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, I said, you know, for what my brothers-in-laws would do for Thanksgiving, what my mom does for another holiday, you go to other places, it's like, I'm going to have football on in the front room. You want to watch it? Great. If you don't have to go watch it. You know what I mean? We're going to have, you know, drinks and the appetizers, and everyone, like we said, you know, get here at 2:00. We'll eat at a different time, like an hour and a half later or whatever. But it's like, we're going to do this. I'm going to have music playing where, like, I go over to someone's house that's having a holiday and it's just silent. I'm just like I'm going to have the background music go ahead on the, you know, on Sunday.
There's a skill to
it's
it.
just
Like,
we're going to make this our own holiday. Not saying we are going to maybe do this particular holiday. This is ours and the family. But if it is, like, one time we're going forward, it's like, let's just do what we want to do with everyone else included with it. But, like, we don't have to do it the exact same way as it was done.
Of course. And you can't control other people's reactions.
Yeah. And if you bend everybody's what they want to do, you're not going to make everybody happy, because they may say, I want to do this way. It's like, this is your house. This is how you This is how you celebrate it.
It's your family.
And this is like, and maybe be your first time, but hey, you just started a tradition. So next time down the road, everyone knows what to expect. And I honestly think you guys, Kristen's an amazing host with anything.
Sure.
And the one thing that I've learned in counseling, and the one thing that I've tried to do is, like, not to project, like, well, I'm worried that this is going to happen and then they're going to be this way. It's like, you know what? This is my house. This is how we're going to set it up. It's going to feel very welcoming, and everyone's going to feel included. And if somebody goes in the corner and pouts about it, that's on them.
It is on them.
It's because if I weren't going to my buddy's house and we had nothing to do, I'd probably crash your house because I love being around you guys. And I really, and I
You'd be
enjoyed,
welcome.
Yeah, Shawn, you could just do it at your house.
and I enjoyed, spending time with her parents at Punta Cana. And we really kind of had a really good bonding moment, especially when he fell into the pool. But that, no, but it was just like one of those things we could go the next day and kind of talk about it. But then that leads to more conversations and things to get to know about people. And that's what it's all about, man. And I think that people that are high strung that come into a situation like that is completely on them, because you're going to have probably, if that were to happen, you probably have 99% of the rest of people enjoying themselves. Don't focus on that person and be uncomfortable around them. Enjoy that, because you can only do so much to make things great. And if they don't like it, then fuck them.
When people are negative and you put a lot of effort into something, it definitely can bring someone down. It can definitely like not just be like, what the hell? It's like you take it personal, and,
sure,
and it beats you up a little bit. I have the attitude, and for better or worse, it's kind of like, I'm not going to change someone after so many years. You know what I mean? Like if you're a grown adult and you aren't happy with something trivial or something, and you're going to vocalize it when it's a holiday, and it's supposed to be a good thing, and you're going to come in and you're like, well, I don't really like this, or I'm not going to change. Like I can't take it too personally, because
that's the thing. It's not
just you.
Yeah,
like I'm not going to change someone of a certain age of like how they address people or how they handle the slightest bit of adversity or change or something like that. It's kind of like, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like that's,
and you move on to someone else. Yeah.
That's how, I think it's easier said than done.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Yeah. I can't wait for turkey.
How big is the turkey?
I think we did like 17, 19, something like that.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be big.
Okay.
But the other thing that we got were, because she was, kind of like with all these dishes people are bringing and stuff like that, like how do you keep it all warm? I mean, we only have the one oven and microwave, whatever, but the one oven, the one stove. And so, man, Amazon. We have these, I found,
like plate warmers?
It's, you can get the fancy ones. These are literally like roll out.
Oh, no shit.
Warmers. So the whole pad, it's like I got two of them. It's 26 inches by 15 inches. And the whole pad you can change the temperature of it.
Great.
So just put the dishes on there, we got plenty of counter space in there. Just set them there.
Perfect.
People are running late. People are doing something. It's like, that's fine. Just throw it on there.
I have a feeling your concern is maybe what happened. Some of that happened at the wedding or at the Punta Cana. Not everybody was happy.
Right. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about us, or
right.
It was just they were vocalizing their discomfort or dissatisfaction.
Is there any way to like maybe talk to them before they come and say, hey, listen, we're really trying to make this of course, if you do that, then they're on the defensive right away. So
it's Thanksgiving, man. Like everyone's got their own stuff.
No, yeah. Chris says 22 pounds. Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh,
2-pound bird.
That's a big fucking bird.
No, that many.
Pretty good size. Pretty good size.
But then you got the leftovers.
Yeah, I love leftovers. I had this argument with my buddy. It wasn't an argument, but he was just wrong. That Thanksgiving leftovers, like, oh, they don't last. I'm like, you can have them till Sunday. You make your sandwiches.
You can freeze some of it.
You can freeze it. But one of the best parts about Thanksgiving, especially if you're hosting, is that you get to have that stuff. Friday, Saturday, we'll be here. Shawn, we'll be here all day.
Later on Thursday night.
I'm not filling up on the mashed potatoes. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I was talking to someone today. I was like, so like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? He's like, well, I usually, my big thing is I like make sure I go to the store before Thanksgiving and make sure I get plenty of bread and mustard and like all about the leftovers. This guy.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It was not about like prepping for the day of. It was like I got to make sure that I have the stuff for all the after the math there.
We have. How are you guys when you have a child? I shouldn't say a child, a high schooler come to your house and trying to sell you something.
What are we?
What you just shifted gears?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying like a high school band is trying to sell you something for their fundraiser.
So what gun do you bring to the door?
No. I'm saying like, okay, I should simplify this.
What happened to you?
All right, so basically,
one of my first sales jobs was
truly door-to-door sales. So I have a lot of respect for. It's a tough thing to go knock on a door, especially now with Ring cameras and all that stuff. Most people, Sebastian Maniscalco has a thing, when we were younger and the doorbell rang, everyone was like,
God.
so happy to go to the door. And oh my God, who's at the door? We're so excited.
Kids
We have
light up in their
company?
socks on the hardwood
And
floor.
now it's you hear someone at the door, you're like, hide.
Yeah.
Get the sword. Get the sword. Get the
Yeah.
sword.
But where I'm going with this is we had a high school, band come to the house and they're, reading their little script. We'd like to, support money for the Dublin schools or whatever like that. I didn't know, but it ended up being pies from Dear Dutchman. So here's
shit.
10, 20, whatever it was. And then a couple weeks later, they showed up to the house and they gave us a gift card for the pie. So,
It's a fucking gift card.
I thought they were going to bring you a
here's
pie.
a free pie. So you get to go to Dear Dutchman and you get to.
IOU.
Oh, dude, that's not cool.
It should have been the pie.
Yeah.
They can't just be going around just handing people pie. What if you're not home?
Leave it outside. It's cold enough.
They should
I'll
come back.
talk to them. I'll make some calls. I'll see what I can do.
No,
Next
no.
year they should do it.
If
I'm
it's
speaking
I'll
at a
I'll send them
local-
away
if you're
next
speaking
year.
at a local high school. Sean and I'll be there.
First
Yeah, I wanna
off,
see
not
it.
allowed
I'm
anywhere
gonna-
near those.
You will go
Man,
fucking
you know
viral.
this. That's funny.
You know this.
All right, that's
You're
hilarious.
gonna go viral if you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed too is like,
Wait, what'd you do? Wait, you brought
So
it up.
yeah.
Sorry,
So
Sean.
No.
I am empathetic, not to the people that are selling me solar panels, but to the people that, the kids that are
Jesus.
trying to sell
Futures
something.
now, man.
I'll believe it when I see it. If you can make the shingles all solar, I think
nice.
that's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good up there.
But anyways, these kids, you give them $20, it brightens up their day.
Mhm.
And, they're running around, they're trying to sell something, it's tough. Anyways, bought it, but looking forward to some good pies on
Did
Thanksgiving.
you give them as a salesperson yourself? Did you give them any tips?
I said,
Did
you're
you critique
doing,
'em?
no, I said, I let them give their whole spiel.
How'd it go? Like, were they nervous?
No, they're terrible. Like it's their first time, but you need confidence. You need to close a couple sales. Hey, was this your first
I
sale?
played you, man.
Stuff like this.
Played you.
Here's $20. Thank you for the pie. My point is that we're looking forward to some Dear Dutchman. I don't know what type of pie, but some kind. I'm thinking maybe pecan. I like a good pecan pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't get that
Well,
too often.
I think that if it's high school or even grade school, I'm usually more willing to give them money to, they're trying. And most teenagers, because I have one, don't speak much, and for them to actually
I know,
come out of
that's what
their
I'm
shell and like fucking say something to you, you're like,
Face-to-face interactions.
oh my God, but it's for me it's the no soliciting on the door and still the solar shit.
I put a little no soliciting like underneath the Ring doorbell. It's kind of hard. Like when you reach for the doorbell, like you should see something or read it.
Yeah.
Oh, do they go, ooh, no, I shouldn't?
No, I'm watching the Ring at one point, and I feel bad because Kristen, works from home. Then Tony goes crazy and all this stuff, and the guy is just he's just like kind of like literally like
I do like to
see
look.
it. He literally like looks at it. He not even.
I was
It
checking.
wasn't intentional. He's just like.
I was checking the roof out. He's like, where can I put these panels on the roof?
And then I had an Amazon guy that he stops at the front of the porch instead of like putting it down and taking a picture or whatever. He's
Got to
like,
go around to the
he's
back.
literally holding
Go.
it up like get good light. I'm like, I kind of appreciate the artistic, angle.
I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate the try. It's a tough gig. Have you ever done door-to-door sales? or
Yeah.
anything?
I used to deliver news like Columbus Dispatch,
Okay.
and I used to go door to door and collect every month.
Oh, wow.
That was fucking, because usually you show up and they're eating dinner and they're still chewing whatever they put in their mouth, and they're like, how much is it?
That baby boomer dad. Like,
Yeah. And then like
dinner time. Don't you know
yeah,
that?
and a lot of times they'll just throw out and then but then you get the people like, well, let me get my checkbook, or can you come back? And every time I show up, can you come back? Can you come back? And then it's just,
Stiffing you on like $1.15.
yeah, it's like, dude,
I do miss that experience, reading the paper. It's obviously not coming back, but,
I think it's expensive to do now.
well, sure. But,
It's
now
ridiculous.
we're just checking our phone in bed, checking whatever you're doing before you start the day. But, it'd be nice to go out and grab
Yeah,
the
it is-
paper.
it is
get
kinda
them-
fun to, like,
that
explore.
tradition's just no longer there.
yeah. And like I said, the kids all day long, like there was Boy Scouts selling popcorn outside of Kroger. I'm like, hell yeah, I love popcorn.
Yeah.
What kind you get the stick with the chocolate and the salt, sweet and salty, and they're like,
Shit
yeah,
to the kids.
huh?
Did you say
What kind of-
shit?
What kind of fucking popcorn you got?
Yeah, I'm
here,
like,
kid?
fuck yeah, man. What you got? No, I
Give me your
didn't say that,
best
but like my
30-second sales.
but you know
pitch.
who-
Go.
You guys
but-
like cheddar cheese?
Molly being the teenager was with me, and before they saw it before I did. And they're like, Dad, can you please not do that? And I'm like, what? And you go, you're going to go up to them and talk to them for 5 minutes. You're going to buy in something.
Yeah.
And it's just mortifying.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah.
So into your time. Get your money's worth.
I find it funny because I talk to Kristen. I think she thinks it's funny, but I talk to like my dog in a normal voice.
Sure.
Is this the normal voice?
Yes.
What is the funny part?
Everyone talks like dogs. They talk to kids like, oh my God, that's so.
Everyone's got a baby voice.
They all do like
Yeah.
they coddle like this like elementary kid, you know, whatever. I'm just more like, what do you got, man?
I mean to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
When you talk to my baby,
Not at all.
please lower your voice.
Leo.
Excuse me.
Hey,
Higher the voice.
did you just shit your pants?
Looking good, Leo. Fucking cute kid. Looking good. Keep it up.
You know what? You need to go
Yeah,
you change him outside.
Kristen thinks it's funny. She don't think it's
No, I try to
She
make
doesn't
him
think it's
laugh.
funny at all.
I try to like kids. I try to get them to laugh and like lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
And just and
Yeah, break
engage,
the tension.
engage with them.
Yeah,
you
give
know?
them some confidence.
Yeah.
Know? I agree. Give the kids a little confidence.
I
Have a
had
conversation.
back and forth with Brock, Matt and Abby's kid. They wanted to watch Bluey on the TV and all this
My
stuff.
father, Bluey.
My father, Bluey, and they were fine. They were just sitting behind me, and we were sitting in the two brown chairs in front of the TV.
Yeah.
And he's like giving it away. I'm like, well, this is not fair. You've seen this already. And he just like looks at me, and I look back. Abby is just cracking up.
Kids do not get sarcasm.
I'm just like, you can't stop giving it away, man. I haven't seen this episode yet. You've seen this? And he's like, yeah, I've seen it. And like he's like all like cute and shy. I'm like, well, keep it like, come on, man.
You wanted to see where I was going.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you got to find a show that's good for adults as well.
You know,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like your kid, if he hasn't already, but eventually, like when Molly was 2 and 3 and 4, like every morning we get up and we'd watch like all the Disney shit, and like there's this particular show should be going on. And after a while, I was like, I'm gonna see what happens the next episode. You start getting into it with them, and you're like, this is kind of shit. This is
If
like
the shows are done well, that's how it
yeah.
works.
Disney usually does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And they kind of sneak in a few jokes for the adults. They kind of know what they're doing a little bit.
More so in the
I wish they'd show
past.
Bugs Bunny and shit again because there's a lot of adult
Yeah,
humor. in
Pepe
that.
Le Pew, I don't think is Me Too appropriate these days.
Still
Well,
in
no,
prison.
And then
Yeah, he's still in prison. Yeah. French prison.
It's better food, probably.
What are you guys thankful for this year?
you can go first.
I am thankful for having a family. That's probably the
Sure.
biggest thing. You know, it's been a wild first year of marriage for
Since last Thanksgiving, Spencer has gotten married,
gotten married,
had a child.
You're busy.
had a child, was in NICU for 3 to 4 months, had a honeymoon before that.
Mhm.
And now came home and have been dealing with normal newborn stuff for the past 3 months. So it's been a very different year than last year.
No shit.
Yeah. I know parents say in the best way possible, but there is some enviness of just pure freedom that you just don't have anymore. But you know, overall wonderful, and it will give us good pride to. This is our first holiday for the kid, you know, so
Yeah.
it'll be very cool just to share the first holiday with them, and then you know we'll have the holidays and you know New Year's and da. So I'm very thankful for that. Very thankful for medical science. Very thankful for the
No shit. Yeah.
nurses that you know don't get enough credit, that you know truly are worth their weight in gold. And also just you know when you go through traumatic experiences, you very quickly realize who is there for you, who's not, who reaches out, who doesn't. Not that everyone does have their own lives, so I don't hold
Sure.
the people you know against that they weren't as outgoing, but the people that were, you know, they hold a special place in your heart. So I'm very thankful that we've chosen people, you know, in our own community that, you know, are there for us, to have not just the media community, but, you know, the community far and beyond that. So a lot to be thankful for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, Shawn?
I just want to comment on that too. I think in this day and age, people just seem to be a lot more busier with life. They're always running around doing shit, and I'm one of them. And it's one of those things where, like, when things are going well, everyone just kind of does their thing. But then when there's something happens, and then people can rally around and, like, you know, I haven't posted the thing about Molly on Facebook. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but if I did, I'd be getting swamped.
Yeah.
And I think that probably happened with you, that you had, of course, I'm saying this and I didn't even text you, so I apologize.
No, I was. Everyone's got their own life.
But you know, when I see you,
Text was not delivered.
yeah, I got it all turned
See,
to
it's
sender.
right here.
You didn't get that?
No, but when the time comes when you finally run into somebody and like I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm like, first thing was like, how's your kid? How are you guys doing? So it's I don't know, it seems to be like the genuine people are going to be concerned and they may not do it right away, because I'm sure right at the beginning you were probably flooded with a lot of people wanting to.
You know, it's a weird thing with social media just in general, is because you feel like you know what people are going through in their life. You know, if we had a high school reunion right now, I wouldn't know what to talk about with people because I already know what's going on in their life.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, and the people that I don't talk to, that I'm not friends with social media, I don't really care about what's going on in their lives. But so it's a way for everyone to be in touch, to know what's going on in your life. And then sometimes but the weight of everything, you could see, oh, there's a cool picture of a steak versus, oh my God, you know, my kid's going through this, or my wife's going through this, or I'm going through this. And they all kind of hold their same weight in your news feed. So it's all right. What's really important is kind of tough to judge, because you can easily just, oh, that's cool. They're in Greece. Scroll by. Like they're having the triple lifetime.
Yeah.
Scroll by.
They're throwing the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or just, hey, that's a cool way to, you know, that's a cool cigar. So it's just different now. But, you know, it is a way to let everyone know what's going on in your life without having to text everybody individually too.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. You get flooded with like multiple messages. You're like, okay, this is going to take a minute. But one thing that in terms of being grateful for, there's a couple things, but one was I was dealing with some really bad depression and anxiety a few weeks, maybe a month ago, and I'm better now. But, you know, I posted how I was feeling on Facebook to let people know that, hey, I'm going through some shit. But at the same time, I want to let people know that if you're going through it, you're not alone. And I want to be there for somebody that's maybe struggling now or whatever, just to let them know that there's somebody here that can feel your pain. And I specifically said, feel free to reach out to me if you're struggling. Like I wanted to do it when I was in the depths of that shit, because
So you didn't just post, hey, I'm having a bad day, don't ask.
Yeah, no, it was like,
important.
you know, I've dealt with this for years, and there was times where I was suicidal, and I'm not at that place anymore, but it's easy to go down that road if you don't let it out. It's almost therapeutic to type it out or write down. Journaling is what they do. But for me, I was like, I've done it long enough to know that, like, I want them to know that I am struggling, but I'm also going to be there for you at the same time. And there's a lot of people that like commented, but there's people that reached out to me individually. And one was Ray Cheshire. And when he wrote to me about, you know, just he was saying some positive things and how much he cared about me and stuff like that shit for me went a long way. And that helped part of the healing process, because
That's great.
People that do that you know, you don't maybe hear from that often, but just as a quick note to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. It goes a long fucking way.
And it doesn't take that much effort.
No.
But it does take some effort.
Yeah. And
Intent.
especially with Ray, I mean, he was very descriptive and like a really nice long message. And it meant a lot, because he's part of this community where, you know, we all kind of know each other, but when things get down, it gets rough, there's going to be those certain people that are going to be like, hey, off to the side here, I want to let you know that I love you. And even you, obviously you have. And there's been a lot of people and that helps you get through it, to know that there's people that out there that care for you. Because when you get in that depressive state, the first thing you want to do is be alone and not talk about it. That's the worst thing you can do. And
It's easy to do now.
Yeah. And so just getting that out, and it actually helped kind of speed up the process. So I'm very thankful for that. And I'm also thankful, obviously, from yesterday with Molly, but I've been dealing with some health issues, and, you know, lately, and having those and going through what I've gone through all the years of brain and heart and all that shit. I look at it more as like when I'm faced with something, it's like, well, I'm just going to just focus on the present and try to get through it. But having that support system on top of that to say, hey, if you need anything, just I'm here 24/7 for you. And it goes back to, I always used to say that, or I still say, it's like you've got the 5 o'clock friend and the 3 a.m. friend. And those are the ones that, like, the 5 o'clock friends are like, well, give me a call, but after 7, I'm not going to be available. Then there's the ones that are 3 o'clock in the morning when you're ready to fucking lose your mind. You can call and they say, what can I do? That's what it's all about. And I feel like I've surrounded myself with a lot of those people, and that's who I kind of, move towards, because it's nice to know that you have people that are genuinely concerned about you when you're struggling. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I don't like that. And it's a struggle for me because a lot of times I don't want to burden people with my problems.
No.
But knowing just what I put out there and how people responded, and I know in a time of crisis that there's a lot of people that will help me, and that
Wonderful.
it's fucking golden, man. It's like, that's a better gift than I could ever have than anything, is just to have, obviously my wife supports me and even Molly does, but to outside the family, to have those other people is huge. So, and then to hear people say, there's a lot of people that love you, you don't even know it.
Mhm.
And when you're in that depressive state, you don't really look at it that way. But then when somebody actually comes up and says, you don't understand, like you've said it a lot, like with people in the shop, and then or Kristen's friends and stuff. And like, I don't react to it too much, but inside I'm like, I'm just amazed by it. So, and I went off on a tangent there. So
No,
sorry.
not tangent. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
You listening to you right there, there's a couple of takeaways for me. When you said that people nowadays are busier than used to be, bullshit. I don't think that's the case.
I was going to say that too.
I think that it does take effort and intent to reach out. You don't necessarily have to do like a checklist every day that I need to reach out to everyone. It's not about that. I think it's
and this thing keeps you more connected than ever.
The irony of it all is that we have the technology that we, in our lifetime, wanted. And wouldn't it be nice if we could video call? Wouldn't it be nice if we could just send a quick message without having to catch them at home or at their office and call them and make sure they weren't busy, but hopefully they have time to talk and all this stuff where call you at 7 o'clock this day. There's people are not more, they're not busier. They're more bogged down,
distracted.
In my opinion. Distracted is a great way to say it. I think that there is something that with all this technology, your input is overloaded to a point that when you, Shawn, or anyone else, they start slipping into some sort of a depression or a quicksand of some sort, whether it be family life, they're always on the go, they're always this. They are now not intentionally, but they have become, due to the way that they're living their life, and not taken away from that, because I don't have kids, I don't have, like, they are very self-involved.
Sure.
They are now they're in their own bubble. They're ignorant. They're oblivious to the things around that other people are living their own lives. And I don't think that it's intentional. I don't think that it's malicious, but it's like they have lost grasp on the importance of other people in their life, because they're that whole thing we've done since the beginning is their hand is in their face and not away from it. And it's fine, because you have your priorities, and your family is your priority. You are your priority. But when people are sacrificing just their own happiness, it's almost like when they get pulled out of it for a second, all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I didn't mean that. Oh my God. Like, oh yeah, you see the sunlight and you're like, holy shit, how long have I been in there? It's like there is an effort there. And I think it takes willpower. I think it takes a little bit of just go back to the intent. It makes you appreciate the things that are so close to your face that you are bogged down with, and then your distractions are the things. And I know this is very stereotypical, but it's your phone, it's the TV shows, it's the people that are like, oh man, I wish I had time to do that. Hey, did you see that season? I just binged it last week. And it's like, get the fuck off your couch. If you are not in a good place mentally, change the scenario, change the scenery.
That's what
reach out to someone, go do something, like go see if someone like that you haven't talked to in a while wants to go get a fucking cup of coffee or whatever, or just FaceTime. Again, we have the technology that we've all wanted for so long, and you just take it for granted.
Yep.
I'm not a big FaceTime person. And I remember, when it first came out and, on video, of course, Google was first, I'm not saying that, but like when the iPhone 4 came out and Steve Jobs and that whole crew like made this amazing iPhone 4 promo video when they released it. And it was about like they were showing like deaf people communicating. They were talking like grandparents talking, like seeing their grandkids from far away. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so great. And I know some people use it, but most don't. It's just on there. They don't even use the phone part of the phone.
I tell you, as a traveling salesperson, having the FaceTime,
it's got to be great.
It's got to be great. I can't, my dad did the same thing. He was out of town, 2 to 4 nights a week. And to not have that, had to be very tough, but you can be more connected now than ever. Even if you're not in the same room,
you can,
if you choose to.
But it's like you look at a holiday like Thanksgiving. It can be stressful and it can be a lot. Everyone's got their like, oh, you should just wait till even my family. Like I feel like
everyone's family's got shit. Right? Everyone's family's got
and
shit. Every single family.
It's something that is the part that I think you should possibly be thankful for, is that you have those things. It's not all great, but it's. Your issues, even like, Shawn, Spencer, myself, everyone listening, we all have our battles and stuff. And sometimes things are worse than others. When things are the best, typically that I've seen for myself and people that are in my life, is when you have those conversations, when you communicate, which is, again, the irony of all the communication tools that we have, how bad people are at communicating anymore. You talk about those high schoolers coming to your door. It's like, someone should coach them, parents or teachers or whoever is organizing this fundraiser. It's like, hey, Billy, you ring the doorbell. Let's run it through. What do you got? Let's see it. No, they're like, all right, guys, here's your shit. Like go out there, just, read the card and they'll give you money. And it's just like, what are we doing?
That's not how we're meant to communicate.
There's businesses that do that with their salespeople. They give them like, this is your territory. This is the materials. You go forth and good luck. If you make it, great. If not, you're probably going to be fired. I just don't think that's it's not a good state we're in as a society. So a holiday like Thanksgiving, the things that I'm thankful for.
Yeah. What are you thankful for?
Is this stuff. It's communicating. It's talking about stuff. It's obviously like I had a big year as well, got married. We bought a house between this Thanksgiving and last.
Sold a house.
That's
a big year.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
It's a lot going on, and it's like now we're looking already. Thanks, Kristen. We're looking at like when are we traveling next year? We're gonna go see her folks coming in. Where I plan on seeing them and where they live in Arizona in February, and then we have her trip planned in May that hopefully you guys or some other people are invited to. Hers early 40th birthday party in Mexico, and
10 years early, which is crazy.
I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. But it's one of those things. I always like this episode because what I'm thankful for is obviously things that are going on in my life. I'm thankful for the health. I'm thankful for, taking for granted. Everyone says, yeah, cheers to our health. It's like, no, when you hear something going on with someone else or someone passed away or someone just got diagnosed with whatever, we've got a guy in the shop that he has a brain tumor, and then they had blood infections, and then he had blood clot, and then it's like, then he's on. I mean, he is in the midst of all of this stuff that came out of fucking nowhere. Wow. And those are the situations we start talking about that. It's like, you really do need to take care of yourself and be thankful that at this moment you are, all things considered, healthy.
My grandpa lived to 97, and before that, he would always say, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Because without your health, you can't do all the other things. So health is number one, if you can. In
this day and age, I find it, and sorry to go off on this tangent, but, Shawn, you've talked about it a lot. Mental health is such an important thing. It has been used as a buzzword at this point that mental health is also tied to physical health, which means you have to be healthy and you have to talk things out. You have to do all this stuff and take care of yourself the best you can. Sure. But we have now, in my opinion, gone so far down the road is that mental health is so important. And it's like, well, how healthy are you physically first? Because the body works, and the science has already seen that a lot of it. Are you feeding it the right nutrients? Are you feeding it all these things?
Sure.
And that will help minimize, or at least help you if you are dealing with chemical imbalances or hormonal imbalances,
Sure.
a lot of the stuff that goes into that stuff. And it's like, it's the big picture, but it's people talking about it and how they talk about it. But I mean, I'm thankful for all things that happened in this year, previous years. In this episode, Spencer, you've been a part of the Thanksgiving episode. It's always, to me, it's like, what are you going to be thankful for? What do you want to be thankful for next year at this time?
I forgot that we do that.
Yes. You mentioned that, a lot of families, we do this whole thing of, let's go around the table and say what we're thankful for. A great exercise that I encourage a lot of people to do, and I'll see if my family wants to do it, may or may not, is what do you want to be thankful for next year at this time?
Well, that's good. I like that. For me, I think with this depression and just kind of, and talking to you and I will have to say, you kind of like, when I started this whole depression thing, you were the first person to call me out on it and say, it was here in the garage. And after the show, one of the shows, and you were like, something doesn't seem right with you. Is there anything wrong? And I'm like, actually, no, and I'm like, and just as something as simple as that really kind of opened everything up for allowing me to like say, okay, now that's out in the open, how am I going to attack it? How am I going to try to get better with it? And actually make an effort, because it's sometimes it's just a subtle thing that it's like, you don't even realize you're depressed until all of a sudden someone else notices. And I'm like, shit, yeah, you're right. And then it was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do about it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I'm thankful for, that you kind of brought that out of me and allowed me to take the paths that I've done. And another thing we discussed was this past Saturday is like growth hormones and human growth hormones. And for myself, because of my pituitary not functioning, my body doesn't produce that. And I used to kind of balk at it because you have to give yourself a shot every day. And now I'm like, you really brought out on Saturday about like, well, dude, if there's something that's going to improve your quality of life and bring you back to some sort of a normalcy you had prior to your brain tumor, like it was like an aha moment, And so I'm hoping that, you said especially the health is so important just overall. And I think, with me taking the stuff will bring me back. It even says that it gives you more energy. It will allow you to like be motivated to do more things. And honestly, I've been in a funk for a long time in just terms of like, I don't feel like doing this. Like I've maintained weight loss, but it's just been eating better, but I want to be able to take it to the next level and actually like do things that are going to help me get better. Sleep for me is one. I don't sleep for shit. And then maybe starting this other medication that can help me down the road. And I think that's what it's going to be. Because if this triggers what I think it will, it's going to give me more energy to be focused with my family, spend more time with them, and be more engaged with them. And I'm excited to see how that happens. One thing I also wanted to bring up too is the fact that I've been trying to consciously do is like, every once in a while, you ever like a friend will just pop into your head.
Yeah.
So when I do that, I immediately text them and say, or try to.
Good for you.
And like, hey, I've been thinking about you. Doing okay? And a lot of, maybe 9 times out of 10, hey, I'm great. Thanks for thinking of me. There's been a couple of times where it's like, no, I'm not. Do you have time to meet up for breakfast and talk about it? Fuck yeah. You need a time and date. And it's just small little steps. And I think a lot of people tend to feel like, well, if I open up this door, it's going to turn into some big, huge thing. It's like, but if the person on the other end is struggling, it's like, and it's going to get uncomfortable, do it anyway, because you'd want that done to you if you were in that boat.
Sure.
So,
to your point, I mean, though, like just our conversation that you said that, I'm very thankful it did. I mean, it wasn't like that wasn't the main intent. It was just opening it up.
Yeah.
Asking you sincerely.
Yeah.
It was like, I'll send you guys some Instagram reels, sometimes too many. Some of them I think are funny, other people don't. But then I send some of the ones that are the more motivational, or the one I sent one where it's like, no matter what you're going through, something like that, like you're a brother to me or something like that. I sent that, I think, to both of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sent it to other people too. There were people that were like right back at you that I haven't talked to in a while. There were people that, one person in particular, you guys know, and he's just like, you have no idea how much I needed to see that today.
Okay. Yep.
And it's just that you don't know.
No. That's why I got a lot of that.
Have to be like, you're not necessarily, you can say, hey, do you want to talk about it? They don't always want to have to talk about it, but just that little moment might kickstart something.
Sure.
Like they almost like a smack in the face. Like, shit, I'm not like good right now. I need to do something.
It's a way to touch somebody with a thought from afar too.
Right.
And I think sometimes it becomes like, as busy as you brought up earlier, everyone's kind of focused on themselves. And I think that's also human nature in some way too, of just everyone always thinks about what can, you're focused on yourself. What can I do to make myself better, healthier, stronger mentally or physically? And I think that sometimes it may seem overwhelming. Like, well, if I opened up this can of worms and I'm already dealing with my shit, it's like the one thing that really brought me out more than all the times of being depressed is like why I posted what I did is I don't give a shit if it's uncomfortable or not, because I want to be there. I want to be. And if it's a simple thing as saying, I've been thinking about you and it turns into this long conversation, then so be it. Be prepared for it and know that, if you, like I said earlier, if you've been down that road and if you suffered yourself, you're going to really appreciate that. So,
Shawn, I will tell you that your bourbon is so much better than Buffalo Trace. It's not even funny.
When I took a sip of the Buffalo Trace,
you're like, this fucking shit.
It's not shit. It's honestly, you guys are talking. It was the second glass of Buffalo Trace. It was coming off of this Rhetoric, and then having that, it was more spice. It was one like less notes, less complexity to it, less everything. The second glass was like, all right, this is why I like Buffalo Trace. Very sippable. It's just easy drinking, all that stuff.
Light.
I'm gonna go back to a glass of this Rhetoric just to try. I also lit up the Heritage here, which is a lot more powerful cigar.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Spencer, what do you want to be thankful for this time next year at Thanksgiving?
It's a great question. Right now, I'm kind of in survival mode, just in general. But next year, I will hope that thankful that we've been a good family to our kid after a year. Hope that he's in a good spot. Thankful that I'll still be able to provide the life for him and for my wife, that we can do what we want to do. And money doesn't give you happiness, but it does make your life a lot fucking easier. It allows you to focus on, if you have money problems, that's first and foremost, and that's in your face. That's the first thing that bothers you every day.
And it leads to other problems.
Yes. Yep. But if you can figure out a way to either live within your means or to make enough money to provide a different type of life, I'll be very thankful if I can provide the type of life that I want to provide for my family. Doing everything I can. It does put things in perspective when you got to support a couple other people than just yourself. So I'll be thankful if I can keep on this same path, keep our head on straight, be in the second year of a new marriage and keep that going strong. That's what I'll be thankful and more than anything prideful of. I'll take a lot of pride if we can, have a happy, healthy family, a year from now, and, focus on, all right, now we can focus on being greedy, focus on, now I want bigger, better this and bigger than all this other stuff that doesn't really matter, but at least put our family on that path to get those types of things.
The one thing you're going to notice too, if you haven't already, is when we first brought Molly home, you like enjoy the moment you have with them, but you also get excited about when they get another couple of years older, I can do this with them.
Yeah.
And when they're this age, we can really start doing this, or I can take them fishing, or I can, and that always got me excited to like look forward to the future and be, things I would be thankful for. But now Molly's a teenager and has that. I don't want to talk mode.
Driving, now you got
so I'm like, well, maybe when she turns, they turn 20-ish, maybe they'll go back to the way they were when they were young. I hear that a lot. When they get a little more mature, I'm the same way. I was a dick when I was in high school and teenager, and then as I get old, I have that tendency too. Sometimes I revert back to dickish, but like a few years after my teens, I started like really appreciating my parents for what they
you never appreciate while you're in it.
Yeah. But to step back and be like, wow, that was pretty cool. So, but I'm excited for you to see how, as you grow with your family and your little boy, as to what he's going to be like. You're like, oh my God, what are they going to do when they grow up? It's just something like really to just, but it also allows you to say, I'm having such a good time and I can't wait to see, but but it also allows you to just stay more present with them at that time.
That's a good point. Very good point. What about yourself, Mr. Crane? What do you hope to be thankful for next year?
Not to be boring, but much of the same and building off of it. A lot of the things that I was mentioning earlier, with effort, I hope that selfishly that both Kristen and I are healthy. No curveballs are thrown our way this year.
Yeah.
I want to get to another Thanksgiving where it's just it's like this. It's happy. It's we had a lot of excitement. And it was one of those things that, you know, we've been together for, you know, 4-ish years, a little over. And
wow, can't believe it's been 4 years,
give or take. Yeah. So it's exciting 4 years, give or take. You know, you meet, you start talking, you get to know each other, you start dating, you do all that stuff. You fast forward a couple years later and she moved in and to the house I was in. And then you fast forward less than a year later, we're selling the house, buying this house. And then less than a year later, it was all planning the wedding. And in the meantime, trying to also enjoy life and
enjoy your marriage.
The wedding happened. And then we had, you know, our honeymoon, as we call it. Most of our vacations will be honeymoon at this point. No plan on kids for us. And but it's now it's living the everyday life and keeping the excitement alive. We've both been married before. We have learned from our past relationships and learned about ourselves over those years. And so I hope that, you know, to your point, Spencer, I think that, you know, I hope that both of our jobs and careers are going well. I want to be thankful for, you know, that kind of success. And I want to be hopefully next year thankful for being as overall happy as we are right now with the lessons that we learned, that we know that we have to intently love each other. And, you know, all the other things around that, you know, I hope, you know, my mom's still healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I hope my brother's family, I hope all those people, but, you know, certain people, as you know, it's the people that you're around. You know, I'm 45. It's an interesting age that, you know, the cigar community, a lot of the people I've known for 15 years now. You know, I was the young guy at 30. You know what I mean? Late 20s, early 30s. Now I'm 45, still younger where a lot of them were 15 years ago, but now they're in their 60s. My mom is late 70s, and you know, it's like at 45, well, that was a milestone. I don't really feel much different. I mean, I'm
halfway through.
I feel older on a daily basis. You know, I don't recover as well. That was a conversation I had with Shawn about how to maximize that without going too far down a pharmaceutical or money route.
Yep.
But it was something that it's like there's effort there that I want to put forward this year to hopefully stay as healthy, but hopefully healthier than I am now. And then, you know, Kristen the same, but the people around me, that next Thanksgiving, I'm going to be 46. It's like, to a lot of people, that's not that old. To younger people, it's like, man, you're mid 40s, almost pushing 50 now. And Shawn, you're 50.
55.
Yeah, I would have guessed 54, Shawn.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I was hoping I'd look.
Take your hat off.
I was hoping I'd look.
But no.
All right, put it back. Put it back on.
For me, it's you get to an age, no matter what that age is that you start that question of what do you want to be thankful for next year?
35.
What do you want to be thankful for next year? Should be a kind of a recalibration tool, or
sure,
hone in on what you're calibrated for right now and what you're thankful for. It's not just a repeat. It's not that easy. There are going to be things. There's going to be some curveballs. I want to be thankful for some maybe minor curveballs, if any. You know what I mean? You never want something big to
whatever
change.
You think is going to happen, it's going to be something different.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to be thankful for next year, hopefully, is continued health, career success for both Kristen and I, and the people that are important to me, the same. That's it. I want to sit down next year at this time with you two, with everyone that listens to these shows, whether they're live after the fact. I want to hopefully for everyone that you are in a good situation. If the situation isn't ideal, or it is not a positive outlook at the moment, is you have surrounded yourself with good people and good support, and hopefully the best mindset you can to whatever next Thanksgiving brings. It's the best that it can be.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Yep. I don't think I haven't shared really much with many people like social media, but a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was dealing with some really bad mental things, and it was one of those things where it was like I take medication for ADD and depression, and like nothing was really helping me, and so I always like go to the hospital just because it could be a brain thing and my history, and the brain looked fine, but they and talking to my doctor a few days later with the symptoms I had, he's like, I've been drinking more bourbon lately, and I'm like, yeah, and cigar. He's like, not really worried about cigars, but the drinking can nullify your medication that you take. So like that was kind of a wake up call, and it got me out of my like pattern of like, oh, I'll go out in the patio and smoke by myself and look at my phone for 4 hours. And it took me out of that funk to kind of like realize shit. So I backed off on the drinking, and smoking allowed me to be more connected with the family and just doing things different. And it was nice to have that, getting away from that the normalcy of just doing the same shit every night. And the other thing that they found too were nodules in my left lung. And after talking to my doctor, he's like, honestly, I'm not worried about it because 50% of adults can get it and they just don't get tested for it, so they don't know it. And a lot of times it's just they're benign. And based on what the reading they gave me, it wasn't really big enough to be worried, and it was all this other stuff. So, but when I first was told that I found out that I had nodules in my lung, it was pretty jarring for me because I'm like, great, there's another thing I got to fucking deal with. But they're going to do another CAT scan in January to see if they've grown, and if they have, then it's a PET scan and a biopsy, and it could go south. But I'm trying, with learning all the other mental health shit I've been dealing with, and trying to deal with it now, instead of freaking out over it and trying to project, I try to stay present and focus in this moment, like the moment I'm in.
Yeah. And
so now I'm like, yeah, I mean, if it comes, and give me time to think about it, and
control what you can control type deal.
Yeah, and it's like, if I come January and it has grown and I got to go down that route, and I'm like, then so be it. I've had other shit thrown at me, and the best way I handled those was like, okay, there's nothing I can do about right this minute, and there's you got to have some positive thinking, obviously, but to worry about something that's months out and think, oh God, what if it's going to be this or this? I'm old enough now where I'm just like, no, if it happens, then I'll deal with it then. But right now, I got I got things to be thankful for right at this moment. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to focus on that shit and not worry about something that could or could not happen and bring myself down into this like rabbit hole of depression and worry. It's like, and now that like having those tools that I've learned has really helped. And, I like I said, I try to stay in the present. Like as crazy as it was today with all the shit I had to deal with, and yesterday, I've been focusing on just spending, my time here with you guys. And it's the best thing that have happened to me because, and I'll go back to work and there'll be stressful days. And I'm sure I'll be getting 100 calls from my insurance companies tomorrow, but it's like, that's tomorrow. It's like, and I know it's hard to get out of that when you're in something that could be detrimental to you in the future. It's very hard to not worry about it. And I think I even mentioned like journaling and getting it off your chest, or it's a simple thing to do, but when you're so deep into something that you're freaked out about, you forget how to do that. So like, I just tell people, like, when you're in something, try to figure out something that's going to remind you like, hey man, let's just focus on right now and be thankful for what you have at this present moment. And so anyway, I just went on a tangent again.
No, I love it.
But it's anything I can take that I've learned from that I've suffered from or fucked me up mentally is like to be able to share that and to say, hey, I'm currently going down this road, but I'm taking the path that's going to allow me to be more present, enjoy the life I have in front of me. And, I'm so grateful for this show and the podcast. And there's certain weeks I can never make it with my work and stuff. And it's life, but man, when the times I can come, I just appreciate even more. So I appreciate you guys, man.
Thanks, bro.
And I'm not drunk. Just tell them I love them.
That sounds like
Not
someone who's
I love you,
drunk.
man. No,
That's
I'm not doing that. So
so out of curiosity, so I see Ray's been saying a few things. I'm also curious, what time is it there? And is
Morning,
Ray,
man.
It's morning. Is he sitting on a
It's
patio
close to
having a
12
cup
hours.
of coffee and
It's
smoking a
12
cigar?
or 13, depending. I think it's 13 right now.
Yeah, I
because
think they're
of the time
further.
change
So
here.
9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is he sitting on a patio somewhere?
Oh, he's got a
in
beautiful view of
location,
palm
just
trees
having
and
a
shit.
cigar and sipping his morning coffee and
Probably.
Pretty
All
much.
right. That's the life. Not bad. Not a bad way to start your day.
He's done well, and I'll put that up there. In case anyone is interested, I had a thankful moment earlier this week. I posted on Facebook about our wedding anniversary and was reflecting on just how many people from how many places took the time to either acknowledge the post or write a kind remark. I've been very fortunate to have traveled quite a bit in my lifetime and had the great fortune to meet people from all over the world. It may not seem like much, but it struck me in that moment.
Hell
Seems
yeah,
like
brother.
a lot. Seems like a lot.
Good
Well,
for
again,
you,
it goes
man.
back to communicating when you're thinking about someone. Again, we have that technology, we have the social media, the positives of those things, that you have those tools to reach out to people and to share things with that whatever the medium is. But that is definitely available, and I like, Shawn, that you used it recently to share that, and there was no, like, you're not selling anything, you know what I mean? You're not selling your subscription to a blog site or anything like that. It's pure. It's real, and it does take, again, intent to do that. He says he's 12 hours ahead.
Yep.
Got it.
That's when we went and got Molly in China. It was really weird to, like, I'd FaceTime my parents at like 7 a.m. our time. It'd be 7 night there. Like, we did a lot of Skype, whatever it was. I think that's what they called it back then. But to meet Molly and stuff. But it was tough to, like, and then coming back from 12 hours and it took like a few weeks to get readjusted.
I'm sure.
Oh my God, it's brutal.
All right, what else do you guys have? Closing remarks. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
I'll go closing remarks. So this has got to be close to 30 episodes or so for myself.
Yeah.
What number is
Jesus.
this for you guys?
347.
347. So that is, it's incredible.
Or 1%.
Do you remember what year you started this at? It's
Um,
2025 now.
2017, maybe?
17, 18. It's 7-ish years.
Okay. To be doing this for 7-ish years. Thankful to be a part of it. I'm thankful for the fact that we were able to pull this off again for Thanksgiving, which is something I look forward to every year. Thankful, to meet people like Shawn through this community, to, have, one of my best friends, Steve, next to me through this community, to realize that our world is a very big world, but we can keep it as small as we want. And that's not just, obviously being on your phone, because that could even be your world, becomes much smaller that way too. But to have 2 to 3 hours like this, every few weeks, to have this therapy session is something incredible to be thankful for. I'm thankful for the health, thankful for family, and thankful that, we live in a country that, we are as lucky as we are. But I'm just overall grateful, thankful that you were able to share this birthday gift, all these bourbons that people collect and things like that.
Yeah.
It's lovely to have it on your shelf and to show it to somebody, but it's a whole lot cooler when you get to pop it and share it with people and they get to share that experience.
Yeah.
Always thankful that my $5 a month gets me a couple cigars every month or so. So am I losing? I feel like I'm making money on this deal.
I've done well.
I've done well. Yeah. So good investment. There's a year I donated more, not happening this year. But
I'm talking into your mics there.
Yeah. But just, this is just, we obviously most people don't get to do this. Most people don't get to be part of a team or a community. And I think a lot of people would benefit from having just a couple hours. That is the joy of a cigar, is you have to sit and be present with the people that you're with. And I've yet to have a bad experience smoking a cigar with friends or with new people or on a golf course or wherever doing this. So I'm just thankful that we get to enjoy this on a random Wednesday night. So Steve, Jake at the beginning, Nate to keep it going. Very grateful for him to keep it going.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're still doing it, man.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. I know it's not weekly, but just keep doing it. And, it does, in my small world, it does make my world a better place.
All right. Hell yeah, brother. I got to follow that, don't I? Shit.
I love you.
It's funny because like, as an adult and like you're busy and it's hard to I probably could count on one hand the last 10 years I've made friends with new people outside of the cigar community.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now you throw those in and it's like, I probably get 50, 60 friends that I've developed relationships with over the years, just being more involved in this. It's cool, Ray. I got a friend from Vietnam. I talk to him every once in a while and we get to interact, and it's like, but then like it accelerates your friendships and you grow, and it grows so much that it's like, it's kind of cool now that I can walk into the Tinder Box and everyone's like, hey, what's up? Everybody knows you. And then when somebody else walks in, it's like, hey, what's going on? It's like that is priceless, to have that opportunity to be able to create so many good relationships with people and get to know them. And like, in the shops, and if you're all going to shops, like a lot of times it's either you're watching like a sport or whatever, but then there's times where there's not really anything on and you sit with somebody randomly. And by the time you're done conversating with them, you're friends on Facebook with them, or you really learn about somebody that you've never met the day prior. And that is such a huge gift for me to have, because I look forward to every Saturday to come in. I wish I could do more. I just can't. But even Molly and Teresa are like it'd be like around 11, and you're like, when are you going to the shop? I know you want to go. And I'm like, I'm going to go, and it's,
I knew I liked them.
yeah. And
out.
yeah. When are you going to get the fuck out of here? I mean, when are you going to go to the shop? But then when I come home and they're always like, hey, how'd it go? Did you meet anybody? I'm like, yeah. And it's
Steve there again.
Yeah. No, man, I like, I've really got to know Eric a lot, and Eric and I have really bonded over the months and stuff. And
depends what Eric you're talking about.
Gold Tabor.
Yeah.
And I think that that's right there in itself is another thing I'm extremely thankful for. And I look forward every Saturday to like seeing everybody I know, but maybe there's going to be somebody that is going to show up and, everyone's, maybe from out of town, and just having that conversation to get to know that person. Matter of fact, there was a couple that came in last Christmas, right before Christmas. Her and her husband were they were like an hour drive from here, and they don't really come in, but I had a Crown Heads hat on, and it was the Eddie Van Halen design. It was black with the guitar stuff. And he was like, oh my God, I love Eddie Van Halen, and blah, blah, blah. And so when he went out, like he went and started talking to somebody else, I grabbed his wife and said, listen, let me get your number. I'm going to try to find his
wife and said, let me get your number.
Yep. That's
all right, guys, have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
You got to let me finish, man. I was like, if I can find another hat, I'm going to ship it to you.
It's back in my hotel.
But I was like, and it got to the point where I'm like, I couldn't find a hat. It was a limited series. So I just shipped her my hat.
Love it.
And she gave it to him for Christmas morning.
Wow.
And she said it was the best gift that he could get because it's one of those unique things. And I love the hat too, but I'm like, this guy loves it way more than I do. And I know he would get a lot more out of it than I ever would. So
I like that hat you got on right now.
Yeah. You ain't gonna fucking have it either.
Wow.
But
like one hat.
Now
I need a new fucking hat.
So Jake, if you're watching this,
Shawn guy,
if you're watching this, Jake, Crown Heads, baby.
Hat smells like his cologne.
But yeah, where else would I have ever done something like that? And that gave me joy to know that she was going to be able to surprise him with this. And it's another one of many things that I love about it. So, all right, I'm going to stop because I could keep going.
It's okay to cry, man.
It's okay.
It's after hours, baby.
My closing remarks for you guys is I'm with you. I mean, this is something. So there's something I've learned over the years that, and when you hear me talk of the intent, and I will say in the last several years, meeting Kristen has really shown me kind of an old school thing that I saw a lot more when I was younger through my family and other families. We moved to this neighborhood, and there was, within days, someone in the neighborhood had a directory, like a printed up directory of all the people in the houses, and we were supposed to fill out like our information, like our names, or if we wanted to share our emails and cell phones. And like every year they put out, so they'll put out one for 2026, I imagine, because she's an original owner of the house in here from 86 or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And family's grown. I think she's a widow, I believe. But, you know, still that kind of that community.
Community.
That's the intent. Kristen is really good at doing things that doesn't happen as much anymore. You know, sending cards to people, you know, sending just something small to some of her girlfriends or someone else, you know, flowers or something.
I'm thinking of you stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking of you stuff that people always appreciate, but don't necessarily, and that's not why she does it. That's not why I'm saying this. They don't always reciprocate. And the joy that you get from doing it and also receiving it is a big miss for a lot of people. So I say that because if we hadn't been doing this show and been in, like, my life changed when I lost my previous job, and now I've been in the cigar community for January will be 13 years full time.
Wow.
Doing this show is 7 years plus. Never, like, at the beginning, you're like, oh yeah, it'd be great to, like, you know, go viral and make money on this stuff. And I never put the effort into that, but it was like, to your point, Spencer, is to keep it going. The thing I've learned is that there are a lot of people that are in your life that if you don't stay in the driver's seat, if you don't keep reaching out, that relationship will fade. And as I've gotten older, that is the majority of those relationships. And it's interesting to see that. And at first it bothered me. And meeting Kristen, she is much the same way. You can do everything that you can and continue to invite people to your place, invite people into your lives through social media, through your efforts to keep that sending those, would you say the thought of you?
Well, half the battle is showing up, right?
So doing that, and it's never like, not ever. Most of the time it's not that ill intent or the malicious behavior from someone else. It does happen as well. I've seen that, unfortunately, in the last few years in different ways. But it's the whole thing of, you have to keep living life. And I know priorities and your family changes, life circumstances changes. But the people that are important to you, you have to keep putting effort into it. It's not always a bad thing when people fade out of your life. It's fine. Hopefully things are good for you and for them. But I will say that the biggest thing I've learned going into Thanksgiving is that make sure you take time to think about and reflect on things that you're thankful for. And if those things you're thankful for include people, vocalize it. It is a sad thing, not to get down on this last part of the episode, but it breaks my heart on how many people that have faded out of my life as soon as I wasn't the one that was putting out the first effort. I had different phases of my life. You know, I had friends through common things. I had bar friends. I had cigar friends. I had softball friends. And it's like life kind of just gets away and you do fade out of each other's lives. And it's like, if you stop putting effort into it and you talk to that individual or those people on a regular basis, not saying that life changes, you don't have much to talk about anymore, but again, going back to, we have all the tools now that make it so much easier to do this.
And they can always come see you too.
They can come see me. They can see me on this. And I think, Spencer, you said it earlier, it's like, what's going on in people's lives that put their life out there. It's just a tough thing for me to sometimes wrap my head around, that if you aren't the one putting the effort forward and you thought you were close to someone, it's not necessarily that you were wrong. It's just the fact that more people don't put the effort in. They appreciate it when it's there. But when it's not, they just go back to whatever their life looks like now. And I hope it's good. I don't have any bad will towards anyone with that, but it's a big self-reflection as every Thanksgiving that passes along. I look back, I think some of the people that were in my life the previous year and who aren't in my life, and the people that stopped responding to invitations, stopped responding to messages, to see them doing hopefully well. But I don't know where I'm going with it, except for the fact that you kind of know where you stand with certain people in your life when you stop initiating the
They
contact.
tell you who they are. They tell you their priorities. Just believe them.
Yeah, Kristen follows a person that has a book, and it's called Let Them.
Mm-hmm.
And those that know that, it's they will show you what their intentions are if you actually let them. And I encourage all of you out there and us here in the garage and people that are important to you, is that you have to really continue to put yourself out there in a matter of speaking. And sometimes it's not only reaching out, hey, how are you? Hey, what are you doing this weekend? It's like what Shawn did when he was in a moment where he was down. He put it out there as a hey, come talk to me type thing, not to see how I'm doing. I already told you how I'm doing. How are you doing?
Moment of weakness turned into a moment of strength.
Right. So that's it. I think it's something that it does take that intent to appreciate what you are thankful for this Thanksgiving.
Yep. Good one.
Should we do the ratings?
What do you guys think of Spencer's closing remark?
That would be good.
Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Cheers.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all you guys out there. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.